Sinha, Mr. R. Rajagopalan, where do you stand?
I differ from Mr. Ashutosh. The reason being is going to be a hung house. Now, DK Shivakumar is thinking whether Raipur or Jaipur to take the MLAs to resort politics. That will start because.
And you are thinking Dispur in Assam.
I'm there.
And she is now going to take the revenue royalty from all the people to whom she has given resort.
Right. Navika, Padmaja, wait. I have more fun in this. Now, more than that, 66% votage is going to be dangerous for Congress. I differ from Ashutosh because last time it was 72%. Why the drop of 6%? Does it mean that 40% Sarkara is not working? That more pro-incumbency vote? Therefore, my understanding is Mallikarjun Kharge will be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka if things are going bad for Congress, because no Shivakumar, no Siddaramaiah. Congress will choose only Mallikarjun Kharge. Therefore, Jaipur politics will be more. And who is going to be Captain Amarinder Singh and Navjot Singh Sidhu and Channi?
Okay, very quickly, Ashutosh.
I think I just want to
Mr. Rajagopalan has found the grey cloud in a silver lining.
I don't know. I don't know if the Congress is winning or not, but tourism and resort politics is definitely on the up.
Navika, you tell me who is going to be Captain Amarinder Singh and Channi?
I don't know. I think, and that's the question I want to take to Dr. Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, if Mallikarjun Kharge is going to be the compromise chief ministerial candidate, so fir another headache for the Congress party. You will have to choose a new president again for the Congress party. So, Sanjay Jha, which way is this going?
Navika, I think Mr. Rajagopalan is entitled to making this very entertaining speculation. But I rather...
No, you educate me. You educate me, Sanjay. I may not be entertaining, but you educate. Why do you have number crunching? You are getting majority. You say that.
Okay. Let me speak, sir. Let me speak. Navika, what is evident is a clear anti-incumbency vote. There is a clear desire of the people to vote out the BJP. The critical question is, will the Congress cross the halfway mark? And if you look at it, I think the Congress's gains, if you look at the 2018 results, and then add with the number of people who defected to the BJP, and net of the number of people who are MLAs of BJP, 117, they seem to be going down up to 85, 86. That's a significant loss. And that entire gain seems to be coming to the Congress, which means it's an anti-incumbency vote against the BJP. And in normal circumstances, it should result in more progressive voting and the results in favor of the Congress on the 13th of May. The critical thing is the JDS. Is it going to still remain at the numbers which it had in 2018, or is the Congress basically going to be damaging the JDS more? I'm thinking that the Congress will actually help take a few seats away from the JDS, which will consolidate its absolute majority above
right
the 113
over there, Sanjay Jha. The JDS is slightly dented, and the Congress seems to have benefited, right, Smita, from it?
Seats, right? If JDS got 37 last time and now 23
seats now.
Yeah. So if you're talking like this, and 14. If in old Mysore, if that's what has happened, then and if the Congress has dented the JDS is going to be really angry. And when JDS is angry, it goes to the other side then. So there's always that X factor. JDS is always that X factor. But in the event of it just being, reaching that the Congress just about coming to that winning mark, then you never know.
Yeah, because and the BJP's bet is also on a three-cornered fight, which will make the BJP really, the better situation for the BJP. So, Tuhin Sinha, the best case scenario at the moment looks like there's a poll that gives BJP 114 seats. Which poll is that? CGS. Well, 114, one poll gives, another poll, Jan Ki Baat gives 106, and somebody else is giving 100 seats. These are the optimistic polls. So, I want to ask you, Tuhin Sinha, best case scenario, it's a hung house for the BJP. Worst case scenario, the Congress will get a majority. What happens to BJP's strategy from here on, from this evening on?
Well, good evening, Navika ji. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. most of these pathologists have got it wrong this time, will get it wrong this time because they seem to have played it. If you
Okay, we'll just try and fix that audio line with Tuhin Sinha in just a second. Let me go across to Mr. Arivalagan, who is the spokesperson of the JDS. Sir, you were hoping to form the government on your own. Your party chief carried out a yatra much before anyone had even hit the election trail. But 14 seats is what you are losing, and from the looks of it, that loss is most felt in the old Mysore region. Are you on your way now to being rendered inconsequential in Karnataka politics?
No, exactly what the exit poll, the result what we are showing, and almost all the channels what they are showing, we don't have believe this exit poll. Why? Because even last time it has happened. Last time almost all the predictions showed it is below 20 for JDS, but we got around 38. But this time it is absolutely, there will be definitely changes in the result. And JDS will form simple majority. We will get 113. We are hoping for that. Why? Because
So you will have a majority to the JDS.
Madam?
How much are you getting? Mr. Ibrahim said
No,
123, no?
No, 113 is the simple majority.
No, but Mr.
how much are
Ibrahim
you
said
getting?
123.
113 is the simple majority.
He's more modest. He's saying just 113. No greed, only need. 130.
Yes, need of the hour. As you said, need of the hour. And definitely when you compare with almost all the leaders of Congress and BJP, our Kumarana has went door to door of the village.
Okay.
And he knows what is the pain of everything. And people have voted. Definitely it is in favor of JDS. So
Sir, campaigning is over. Please wake up, smell the coffee, and let me also get in, my friend Dr. Suman Siraman. Dr. Suman Siraman, do you think the Congress will breach the halfway mark and go and get a full majority, or do you think it's a close fight where it will be a hung house and JDS, as always, will be the kingmaker?
Navika, I'm more focused on the vote share rather than the seats being given to each party in the exit polls. Several exit polls give a 5% plus difference in vote share. In fact, one of the exit polls on another channel is currently giving a 7-8% difference in vote share in several regions except coastal Karnataka, where the BJP is ahead. So I think that if you're crossing 5% lead in vote share, the Congress will get a majority, because you must remember this is essentially outside the old Mysore region. It is for all practical purposes a straight fight. And in such a high profile contest between two large players, the third player tends to get squeezed out because they don't have the resources and they don't have. That is why you'll see that almost none of the exit polls is giving JDS any significant number of seats outside the old Mysore region. Last time, you must remember, they got 27 in the old Mysore region, but they picked up 10 seats in other parts of Karnataka. Now that's not happening now. And that means that the Congress is taking that vote, which in effect means that you will see that if these vote shares are anywhere near accurate, the Congress will comfortably get a majority, and it could go beyond the 120 mark if these vote share numbers are accurate. The second very important point, many of the exit polls are seeing the BJP hold on to their 36 odd percent vote share. That was what they got in 2018. Yeah. Now, so much of anti-incumbency on the ground, and the BJP is holding on to that vote share. So I think that again, if the BJP drops even 1 or 1.5% from that vote share and the Congress is at 41%, then it's going to be a Congress majority, reasonably comfortable, but we'll have to wait and see.
You know, I want to show two more pieces of data which we haven't actually dwelt on, which is the old Mysore region and the greater Bengaluru. And the reason for that, which will give us some interesting insights. Greater Bengaluru is important because in this 28 plus 4, if we were to include the rural Bengaluru seats as well, the 28 main seats is where the Prime Minister carried out those last 2 days of a blitz, those 2 road shows. The interesting thing about Bengaluru, the urban seats, is that the BJP hasn't done well in these in this region historically. In fact, over the last 2 elections, it's gone down. In 2008, I think it had about a dozen seats. In 2013, it went. Sorry, 2013 it had 12. Then it went down to 11.
11. And 2008, it's made in government. It had 17 over here.
Okay. So this time, and this is interesting, in Bangalore region, the BJP has gained 6 seats according to the Times Now ETG numbers.
Yeah, it's up to 18. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
No, so I think this is wrong, because the numbers that we showed earlier at 18. Let's go back to the earlier numbers, please. It was 11 in 2018, and today's Times Now ETG projection, can we please go back to the earlier numbers, is 18. Yes, here are those numbers. We'll fix that in the comparative as well.
That's Rajniti, that is...
Okay, this is the Rajniti number, and the Times Now ETG numbers are something else. All right. So 18 and 10.
So there is a divergence, and I'll try and qualify both of them. Okay.
There is another poll that's come up, but the question really boils down now once again to the issue of who's getting what. And we have Mr. Adil Hassan, spokesperson of the AIMIM, also its youth president. And Adil Hassan, question is it going to be hung house or not? Because in recent times, most states and most electorates have given a very, very decisive verdict in most of the elections. Will Karnataka be different, or do you think the Congress is safely home? Do you think the BJP this time around may have lost its opportunity?
No, I don't think Congress will cross the majority in the assembly. Because Congress, BJP will be less. Congress may be the single largest party, but JDS will get good seat. JDS will get 30, I think 30-35 minimum JDS will get. Again, the biggest problem in the Congress is that they can't keep their MLA safely. They can't. The resort politics will start. The Raipur, Jaipur. Now they have one Himachal Pradesh. Shimla is also there. So you will see the chartered plane, Mr. Shivakumar will be the pilot, and they will take to Shimla because summer is on. They will take to Himachal Pradesh or Raipur, Jaipur. Congress, the biggest problem in Congress is the MLA don't stick with the ideology. Congress not even discuss the minority issue, Muslim issue, not even Mallikarjun Kharge boldly talk about the 4% reservation is scrapped by the BJP government. And lastly, DK Shivakumar told, not even the Rahul Gandhi spoke about it. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi campaigned for the RSS man, Mr. Jagdish Sattar. That was shocking for us. We think that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi is different, but she also followed the same Congress, because we don't find Congress and BJP different. Congress talks about soft Hindutva, BJP talk about Hindutva.
Mr. Amrit Chinna,
it is the only difference between both.
Because Adil Hassan of the AIMIM has already plotted the entire itinerary for you and your MLAs for the next few days. Shimla apparently, according to him, is very good at this time of the year.
No, it is his assumption. Congress will get absolute majority, and this time Amit Shah or any BJP people cannot harm our government because Congress has chosen very loyal persons to contest. So any luring or any kind of blackmail, threatening will not affect the government, and
but
government
isn't it a fact that Mr. Surjewala has already been rushed in from Delhi to Bangalore in the afternoon today? That's the report that we were given, that already there are reports.
Look, was he successful when he went to Jaipur to curb the dissent? Now, will he be successful in Karnataka?
No, the question on that, the question will be based on Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar. Because if it is Siddaramaiah, then DK Shivakumar will pull the rug. If it is DK Shivakumar, then Siddaramaiah will pull the rug, but and some MLAs.
Kharge, right?
Any opinion poll you have seen, there is a gap of 15% in terms of popularity of Siddaramaiah and Bombay. But even your opinion poll, there's something around 40% people are liking Siddaramaiah as a chief minister, and DK Shivakumar is 3%, 4%, 10%. There is no comparison between these two. And if
but the plane and the resorts.
I don't think it's going to, maybe after 6 months when they form the government, maybe somebody else becomes a Eknath Shinde, that's a different thing altogether.
So Siddaramaiah is Charanjit Singh Channi.
No.
नहीं बता दो ना भाई
सिद्धरमैया
हाँ
सिद्धरमैया is one chief minister who
अमरिंदर सिंह
for 5 years. अच्छा 2013 to 2018 BJP changed 3 chief minister in 2008 to 2013. They changed another chief minister 2018 to 2023. Siddaramaiah, we should give credit. He's a mass based leader. He ran administration with firm hand.
But he is from JDS. He is not a congressman. He is from JDS.
You're right in saying that the popularity graph is very different. And of course also administrative experience. That being said, I was listening to Mr. DK Shivakumar's speeches in his own constituency where he led a massive road show, I think about 4 days ago. And the speech he said that vote for me because son of this soil is going to become chief minister. If already that thing has been settled, the issue has been settled, he's going to his people saying, I will be CM. And what is to be told? Forget it.
That helps Congress in a large number, because if Congress has to form the government, JDS in Mysore with the Vakaliga is important. If the Vakaligas were given,
but Siddaramaiah is not a Vakaliga.
No.
That's what you're trying to say. And that is also
let me complete. Yeah. Congress this time has not projected anybody as the chief minister. Neither Siddaramaiah nor DK Shivakumar. DK Shivakumar is a Vakaliga.
They did that even in Himachal. No. They managed it in Himachal. But will they managed it during the campaign factor. During the campaign, the DK and Siddaramaiah had very good rapport on camera. They're holding hands and running in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. They're also chatting away.
If you look at the figures, if you look at the figures in every exit poll and every opinion poll, JDS is getting JDS is not being decimated, but getting less number of seats in comparison to 2018. 2018 they got 37. Now they're hovering around something around 22, 23, 24, 25. That means there is something happening in the Vakaliga votes. And if that is happening, the credit should go to DK Shivakumar. And the first time
Tuhin Sinha, I want to get you in on this. Congress party, if they have the numbers, if they are the single largest or the majority party, do you think it will be new trouble for them? On the other hand, is it really the end of opportunities for the BJP?
First of all, Navika ji, I think most of the pollsters have played it extremely safe this time and thereby would be wrong. If you ask me, BJP is still on course for a 41.5 to 42% vote share, which would translate, or which would convert into roughly 118 to 120 seats. And that's because we had a very layered campaign. While on the surface we retaliated whenever they tried to, denigrate the Hindu community, we stood up for the Bajrang Dal but at the same time, the issues on the ground were very different. They were the Upper Bhadra irrigation project, the Shubh Lagna scheme, the Kashi Yatra scheme, and many other similar schemes. So I don't think we are out of the game. Most of the pollsters have tried to play it safe, and you will be surprised on the day of counting because we are still very confident of getting anywhere between 150
Sorry to interrupt you. Let's quickly listen in to the incumbent, to Mr. Bommai speaking right now.
Turnout is a very positive sign for Congress party depicting an anti.
It is other way around.
Against BJP.
See, always if you go by the track record, the more number of voters turn out is always better for the BJP, not for Congress. And this shows that a lot of people who otherwise not come and voted, especially in urban areas, they have come and voted. So that is the positive sign for BJP.
Sir, are you in talks with JDS if there is hung?
There is no question of hung. We are going to get absolute majority, I am telling you.
So the Congress is making allegations that near Dandeli, already buses have come and they are approaching their MLAs, sir, BJP. MLA candidates.
This is all their figment of imagination.
Sir,
thank you.
Sir,
to be fair, he is never particularly perky any time of the day.
That's his body language, whether he is winning or losing breakfast or dinner time, that's his body language.
That's usually what we get accused of, reading the body language.
You cannot know. Karnataka politicians, I'm sorry Ashutosh, they all have the same body language, same expression when they win or they lose. Siddaramaiah, all of them, look at them. Look at Kharge.
Now you're going into yesteryears.
And DK Shivakumar. DK is very aggressive.
We are talking about Siddaramaiah, Bommai, Kharge. They have the same expression. Don't go with Virappa ji and don't go with Oscar Fernandez, who have done theatre, but go into the other. They are not the ones who they'll have this stoic expression. They don't believe in expressing themselves like that.
But the question really here at the bottom line, Jay, and that's what people want to know. Navika, do you see that people are going to play safe? Because the exit polls, Tuhin Sinha's biggest allegation is everybody is playing safe, nobody is sticking their neck out. Do you believe that is true, or do you believe somewhere the average poll of polls which says 97 to 100, it's going to be that neck and neck?
I think it is actually going to be that neck and neck, because the point I've been making since the afternoon, and Padmaja is telling me that I'm just shooting a little bit overboard, but the BJP, if you observe the Lok Sabha polls in Karnataka right from 2004 and even Vidhan Sabha polls, the BJP has been consistently, be it Yediyurappa's Lokayukta case, something else, the BJP has been consistently narrowing the gap with the Congress. And it's starting to restrict the peaks of the Congress. अब वो ज़माना नहीं है कि 150 प्लस आते, किसी के नहीं आते. So now वो जो narrowing peak phenomenon है कि peak को restrict करना है, ये उसका outcome है कि outcome is so close.
You think this time there are going to be more seats where the margins are going to be very less?
Yes, there will be not only more seats where the margins are less, even if the Congress gets 120, even last time they got less than the BJP, 78, लेकिन marginal seats उनके ज़्यादा थे. So that narrowness of the contest.
Numbers se haare hain. In some cases, BJP lost with less than 5,000, and in one seat they even less than 1,000 votes.
1,000 votes.
No, they lost in Malki, right? Malki, which was Musky
in Raichuru district.
800. Yeah. So one seat was less than 1,000 seats. So these are very, very narrow
margins. That's the point.
If we have to keep the suspense alive, my bet is that it's going to be extremely close. At the moment, and I'm going only by the numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, it's neck and neck as an average poll of polls number. 97 predictions for the BJP and 100 seats for the Congress party, give or take 3. The difference is only 3 between them, and then there is a party called the JDS sitting with 25 seats, which is once again going to be the kingmaker. And Padmaja, do you remember those times when Kumaraswamy went into 10 Janpath and out of 10 Janpath with a handkerchief on his face? Well, those days looks like are going to return, only this time into which house the car is going to go, we don't quite know, if those are the numbers that we'll see on the 13th.
That car has gone into all gates. It has gone for 2 years into BJP gates and 2 years into Congress gates.
Yeah, but this time, as they say, lucky dip kiska hoga, we don't know. And we'll wait and watch, because these numbers tell you that it's a nail-biting finish. So 13th of May is going to be extremely, extremely exciting. We'll take a short break at this point, but numbers, more numbers and more polls and better averages are what we are going to look at. At the moment, we'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly with India Upfront.
I'm वंशिका और मैं आज अनबॉक्स करने वाली हूँ ये वाला फ़ोन. ये है टेक्नो फैंटम V Fold. ये इंडिया का करंटली चीपेस्ट फोल्डेबल फ़ोन है. चलिए अनबॉक्स करते हैं. We have this cool box here और I'm super excited to unbox it. And यहाँ पे they have given their tagline Beyond the Extraordinary. देखते हैं इसके अंदर फ़ोन extraordinary है कि नहीं. Here is the phone. इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा बाद में बात करेंगे. Let's see what's there further. We get this packet kind of a thing. We have SIM ejector tool here, and we have some usual paperwork here, warranty cards, and some user manual. We get the cover also. बहुत ही cool सा matte finish वाला इसका cover यहाँ पे available है. And then we have जिसमें हमारे पास charging cable available है. 45 watt का चार्जर अवेलेबल है. एंड दैट्स इट. these were all the things that were available inside this box. I'm sweating guys, मतलब unbox करने के चक्कर में इस फोन को मेरे पसीने छूट रहे हैं, but I'm excited. So, and here is the phone guys. Look at this beast. इसका जो मेन स्क्रीन है वो 7.85 इंचेस का है, मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रीम करना चाहते हो, गेम खेलना चाहते हो, बढ़िया फोन है आपके लिए। इसका जो सब स्क्रीन है वो 6.42 इंचेस का है। कटआउट पंच होल अवेलेबल है। इसमें 50 मेगापिक्सल्स का रेयर ट्रिपल कैमरा इसमें अवेलेबल है। इसका जो बैक पैनल है वो टेक्सचर्ड है, बहुत ही प्रीमियम फील है। इसका जो वेट है वो 2.99 ग्राम्स है, जिसमें मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा भारी लग रहा है, बट इट्स फाइन राइट। इसकी जो बैटरी है वो 5000 mAh की है, और इसकी कूल चीज़ ये है कि इसमें 2 बैटरीज हैं, मतलब 5000 mAh है, 2 स्क्रीन्स हैं, तो 2 जगह बैटरी अवेलेबल है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट व्हाट डू वी गेट इन दिस फोन? यूजुअल है, जो पावर बटन होता है, वॉल्यूम बटन होता है। इसका जो फ्रेम है बहुत ही क्लासी फ्रेम है, ये रोज गोल्ड कलर का है। इसमें 2 वेरिएंट अवेलेबल हैं, एक ब्लैक एंड द अदर वन इज वाइट। वी गॉट द वाइट वन क्योंकि वाइट वाला ज़्यादा प्रिटी लगता है, दैट्स माई ओपिनियन, बाकी इट्स सब्जेक्टिव। इसको ऑन करके देख लेते हैं एंड विल टॉक अबाउट द फोन फर्दर। इसमें एमोलेड डिस्प्ले अवेलेबल है, इसमें 120 हर्ट्ज का रिफ्रेश रेट अवेलेबल है, 12 GB का रैम अवेलेबल है, 256 GB का स्टोरेज है जिसको आप एक्सटेंड भी करा सकते हो।
Do you love the air that you breathe? Well, I don't, because it has got lot of pollutants, harmful toxins, dust, pollen and whatnot. Well, to curb that situation, Xiaomi has come up with a new product which is called Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. Hi, you're watching Edge Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and this is the product I'm talking about, the newly launched Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. कंपनी ने इसे हाल ही में लॉन्च किया है alongside Xiaomi Air Purifier 4 Lite, which is a toned down version of this device. पर आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे Air Purifier 4 की, जानेंगे इसके फिजिकल लुक्स के बारे में, all the buttons that it comes with and all the sensors और the qualities that this Air Purifier offers. This is the front side of the air purifier, जहां पर आपको मिलता है OLED डिस्प्ले। इसको जल्दी से पील ऑफ करते हैं इसका कवर। अब इसको ऑन कहां से करना है, लेट मी शो यू। दिस इज द बैक साइड ऑफ द एयर प्योरीफायर, और यहाँ पर जो आपको बटन दिखाई दे रहे हैं, दिस इज द फिजिकल बटन टू टर्न द डिस्प्ले ऑन एंड ऑफ। इस फिजिकल बटन के साइड में एक सेंसर दिया गया है विच इज टेम्परेचर एंड ह्यूमिडिटी सेंसर। वहीं पर जस्ट राइट below it you will get to see the laser particle sensor. यहाँ पर इसको फिल्टर को अनकवर करने के लिए बटन दिया गया है जिस पर लिखा हुआ है remove the filter packaging before turning on the purifier. Now how do I remove it? Let me try. Let's remove the tapes first. I think I did it the wrong way in the first place. So this is how the filter looks like. अंदर आपको मिलता है mesh fabric. Now let's just put the filter inside so that we can start using the product. Now we'll cover this up with filter compartment cover. Guys, this is very easy to put back the filter compartment. बहुत ही आसान था. This comes with magnetic boundaries. यहाँ पे magnet लगी हुई है ताकि ये easily आसानी से you can put the filter back. Now let's turn on the air purifier. यहीं पर at the back of the purifier you will get to see the port जिसमें हम ये चार्जिंग केबल लगाएंगे और इस एयर प्योरीफायर को ऑन करेंगे। So this is the OLED display जो आपको सामने की तरफ मिलता है। इसमें अंदर आपको 2 बटन्स दिखाई देंगे, one is the power button and the other one is the mode switch button. ऊपर की तरफ यहाँ पर आपको A लिखा हुआ एक बटन या इंडिकेटर दिखाई दे रहा होगा, that is to show all the modes कि आप स्लीप मोड में आपने इसको रखा हुआ है या फिर ऑटोमेटिक मोड पे या फिर आपने इसका स्पीड हाई, लो या मीडियम रखा हुआ है। उसके साइड में आपको मिलता है वाईफाई इंडिकेटर, देन यू गेट टू सी द नेगेटिव आयोन इंडिकेटर, यू विल गेट टू सी द ह्यूमिडिटी लेवल्स एंड आल्सो द टेम्परेचर. सो दिस OLED screen is really very useful to show you all the things that is happening with your air purifier 4. This product is capable of purifying a 215 square feet in about 10 minutes. Now, being an air purifier, the USP of this product is its 3-layer filtration. It offers a primary HEPA filter along with an activated carbon filter. All you need to do is just connect this device with Wi-Fi to use the product, and just in case you are away from home, users can enable the product using the Xiaomi Smart Home app. Wi-Fi की बात की है, so let me tell you that the device supports Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz. This product comes at a starting price of Rs 13,999. It weighs around 5.6 kgs, which is really good. It's not very lightweight, but you can install it either in your bedroom or in your drawing room area. So the company claims that this product also offers 32.1 dB low noise feature, which means if you install this device in your bedroom, तो आपको इस product की वजह से कोई भी noise production नहीं सुनाई देगा. And I don't know if it's true or not. उसके लिए मुझे इसको इस्तेमाल करने दीजिए. Let me use it for a while so that I can come up with its full review video for you guys.
नमस्ते टाइम्स टाइम फैमिली, मैं हूं क्रांति संभव. ये है MG की लेटेस्ट कॉमेट, जिसे हम चलाना शुरू कर चुके हैं दिल्ली की सड़कों के ऊपर. तो नई गाड़ी है, नए सेगमेंट में, नए कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ, बहुत सारी चीज़ें इसमें नई है. तो थोड़ा सा डिटेल से हम जानते हैं इस MG कॉमेट के बारे में. अगर हम एक्सटीरियर देखें तो जो फ्रंट है वो काफ़ी आपको फ्लैट सा नज़र आएगा. जो लाइट का ट्रीटमेंट है वो भी काफ़ी मॉडर्न.
Hello and welcome viewers to the channel that covers elections like no other. Viewers, tonight on India Up Front, I'm going to bring you up and close with the numbers that Times Now ETG poll survey is projecting for Karnataka. It's been one of those campaigns that made it very, very difficult for anyone at the end of it to claim that they are perhaps in the driver's seat. Only the rhetoric of the politicians is an indicator that any one side thinks that they're going to sweep the election. But let me tell you, viewers, as far as the numbers are concerned, the numbers are extremely close. But let's first start with the seat share that Times Now ETG, our poll surveyor, is projecting for the various parties, the stakeholders in Karnataka. Up on your screens, viewers, the BJP getting 85 according to our survey, the Congress 113, it's right there, smack on that half line. The JDS 23, the others at 3, but those parties certainly don't include the Aam Aadmi Party or others, viewers. It's just other independents, etc. and people who've broken away. But that's the overall number, 85, 113 and 23. How do we come to this number? Let's look at the vote share. And those are really interesting, Jay. Of course, viewers, he needs no introduction. He's been with Times Now since the day we launched, and he's been very much a part of our election broadcast, perhaps the #1 cephalogist in the country today when it comes to analysis and breaking down numbers. Jay, 40% for the Congress, 36% for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yeah.
The JDS actually losing their vote share by about 2%. I don't know, the others seem to be at 6.30. I'm not sure about that number. I mean, you know, I'm sort of questioning our own survey there, but 36 and 40, 41, let's put it like that, and 37. The BJP, despite its being in power for 5 years, anti-incumbency, the talk about 40% corruption, seems to still have a pretty consolidated vote bank. I know it's come down from 50% plus in 2019, but that was really the Lok Sabha elections. It's not fair to really compare that number, is it?
Yeah. No, the BJP now seems to have a socially committed base of its own. So much like the earlier Janta formations had Lingayats, Vokaligas, plus. Now, you know, the smaller communities, they were looking for a home to call their own. And finally, the BJP seems to have consolidated a Lingayat plus. So while we may talk of anti-incumbency, we may talk of corruption, much like the Congress and the Janata Dal in the 80s and 90s used to always retain a core vote, the BJP seems to have got that now. That's the real headline. Therefore, the BJP's vote share has all said and done gone up marginally.
Well, let me talk a little bit about that Congress vote share, because we've seen when the Congress has been winning in Karnataka over 3 elections, its vote share has actually been coming down. So its peak vote share hasn't been going up, it's actually been going down. This would be the first time in, what is it, almost 2 decades where the trend would reverse. That's would you say that's a bit far-fetched?
No, I think this vote share could indeed be a little far-fetched. My expectation is that if the final projection for the Congress is a number like 113, previously, even for numbers like 122 that they got in 2013, they just had a vote share of 38%. So whether the Congress crosses that 40% Rubicon or not, I do not know.
I mean, even when Yadurappa basically broke away from the BJP in 2013, the Congress only got 37% of the vote. Here, it seems to be getting 4% more than last time, and that's...
So according to me, of course, the margin of error in polls is always 3%. So if you remove 3% from this, you're again talking of 38%, right? So I think, this could be on a little higher side. 38, 37 could be a realistic number for the Congress.
Which is what the Congress had in 2018.
Absolutely. When they last came to
the reason why Jay is sort of a little circumspect about the 40% is because in 1989, the Congress did its best, really. Karnataka in recent years had a 44% vote share. Under SM Krishna in 1999, that vote share came down by about 3% to 41%. And then 2013, it fell even further, even though Mr. Siddaramaiah came and formed the government, came down to 37%. 2018, that number, same, 38%, but it was in the opposition. So if it's going back to 41%, it's going to go back to 1999. And that, viewers, with all the troubles that the Congress has experienced, etc., seems like a tall order.
It indeed seems like not only that, to get to that 41% vote share, it actually has to reduce the JDS to nothingness. Right? See, last time both the Chief Minister, Mr. SM Krishna and Mr. Siddaramaiah, they are from southern Karnataka. They are from old Mysore.
That's right.
Right? So now if the Congress needs to achieve this number, it perhaps should have broken the JDS's back, which doesn't exactly seem to have happened.
Let me bring in 2 people who are actually from the state. Smita Prakash, these numbers, I know it's Times Now ETG projection, and I'm not going into the poll of polls right now, but ETG at least seems to have put its neck right out there and said that, look, the Congress is, with a very realistic shot, just, one short really of a majority there, a simple majority. Do you think this is possible?
Well, I think, like I said, that the numbers that are showing, it's such a close thing that in spite of what less than 70% polling, so if there's less than 70% polling, and we just ran that soundbite of Mr. Bommai, where he said that it doesn't seem that people are very angry with my government or anything like that. So if there's no anti-incumbency factor as such, if people were so angry with the government, they should have come in large numbers and voted out. And these numbers should have shown much more, because the Congress ran a very spirited campaign. They had their issues lined up, whether it was corruption, whether it was polarization, whether it was minute issues in various areas. The Congress ran a good campaign, and their bench strength is much stronger than the BJP. The BJP, even though they talked about this double engine Sarkara, the problem is that in double engine, one engine is weak. The local engine is not as strong. When you talked about double engine in Uttar Pradesh, you talked about a Yogi. When you talk about a double engine in Assam, you're talking about a Himanta. But here you talked about a Bommai who was not as effective as even the BJP would have liked. So the BJP was on a weak wicket. But then comes the Modi factor. I think Bengaluru results are going to show that. Because in Bengaluru, the kind of crowds that came in for Mr. Modi, and I think that last leg push
Let's actually have a look at the Bengaluru number on ETG. Sharif Bhai, is it possible for us to pull out the Bengaluru number? Because that would be interesting on the ETG. There you can see it, viewers. So, look, I mean, out of the 28 seats in that cluster, the urban cluster there, the Bengaluru cluster, the BJP getting about 13, the Congress 15. That would suggest that with the Prime Minister having hit the ground quite aggressively last 2 days of his campaign, the BJP has saved itself the brushes.
And they're essentially lethargic voters. They don't really come out.
No. There's something about Bangalore we need to understand. You know, we shouldn't even maybe attribute too much to some specific voters or events. Last time it was 12, the Congress 15. The BJP has actually gone up by 1.
Right.
Now, what happens in Bangalore is, while caste does matter in large parts of India, in urban areas, a different sort of demography also matters. Like you have areas where there are Tamilians, where there are Malayalis, you have areas where there are minorities. Rahul, one thing about Bangalore, we should note, is both the BJP and the Congress have repeated their seats over 3 elections. It's sort of been a static place without much of a swing.
But that is where the question then I would pose to Tehseen Poonawalla and Congress supporters here on the show tonight. And let me begin with you, Tehseen Poonawalla. It's quite clear that you aren't seen as a convincing alternative to the BJP, because if corruption was your main plank, then in a city like Bengaluru, which has been beset by problems on account of misgovernance, which the Congress has connected to corruption and other issues, bread and butter issues. We're not talking about emotive issues. And you haven't done much better, and this makes me think that perhaps there's going to be a surprise on the 13th. You may not actually win. I mean, that should worry you.
So
you're not carrying Bengaluru.
It's the way you choose to look at the glass.
Can you smile a little bit, no, Tehseen?
I'm always smiling, especially when I see you and Anand together. One Karnataka, one Tamil Nadu, no border disputes there. Only dispute over who
This is Kaveri water
from Mysore Park. So I always smile on that, from where Mysore Park originated. But no, I'm smiling. But there's also a song, "Tum itna jo muskura rahe ho, kya gam hai jisko chupa rahe ho." But Rahul, coming to what you said,
exactly.
ये तो आप mourning, sorry, but I just want to ask you straight off. Look, come on, let's get to the meat of this issue. The Congress will be worried by that Bengaluru response.
No, I think overall the Congress did very well in the state. It is a 40% party in Karnataka. It did extremely well. It's touching the 40% mark or close to the 40% mark. So I think the Congress should be happy with that. It will be the single largest party without doubt. It will be close to 110, 113 as per me.
Let's forget about that. Those are all.
I'll tell you what. Look, just 2 points.
I asked you a straight question. My question wasn't good enough for you.
I am. I'm just asking one thing and I'm coming to you.
I mean, no, I'm asking you straight off the bat question. Bengaluru not responding to corruption in the manner that the Congress was hoping that it would. I mean, that tells me that as we go further out, that campaign slogan perhaps is not going to really connect.
But you see, the Congress has been across pan-India struggling with urban centers, except for 2009. It's been struggling. For Bengaluru,
because
with these results coming out, with Bengaluru, with these results
unemployment, you made it. With roads, unemployment,
the flooding, and therefore I concede, and I conceded in the earlier segment, for which a lot of people are trolling me, that this was a 125 plus election for the Congress, where it's close.
Dr. Raman, Dr. Raman seems to be more committed tonight to the Congress cause than you. Now let me bring in Dr. Raman. Dr. Raman, look, I know I can at least extract a smile from you by using a little bit of my sarcasm, but it's all in good spirit, and let's be a good sport about it. I'm only asking you, sir. It's a very important. You follow elections very closely. The Congress's campaign on corruption hasn't bitten quite clearly anything much substantially out of the BJP. That should worry it.
I honestly don't think so, Rahul. I think that there is a significant anti-incumbency vote which is going to be seen on the 13th. By the way, one of the opinion polls is now the India Today Axis 1 is now giving 120 to 140 seats to the Congress and 62 to 80 seats to BJP. And just putting it out for the record. Sure. So that also will be, you have to add that into the poll of polls.
So we have a 94 to 106 for the Congress poll of polls now. Yeah.
So just one very quick point as far as Bengaluru is concerned. Bengaluru, because of the very cosmopolitan nature, typically urban centers go with BJP, but importantly there is a Hindutva constituency in Bengaluru which is significant. So I think it's very well to say that, you know, civic infrastructure is poor, there are horrible traffic jams, there are potholes. Yes, there are, but there is this Hindutva constituency in Bengaluru, and the BJP has cultivated that, which is why they will always get those 8-10 seats plus
Hindutva constituency.
In Bengaluru. This time, Prime Minister may have pulled some of those seats, which they were probably losing.
Dr. Raman, I think that's a little, sorry, that's a bit dismissive of...
One second.
I mean, what do you mean Hindutva? Some
basket of diplomas.
No, one second. What does that mean?
Let me nuance.
No. I'm talking about.
Doctor, let me.
No. I'm talking about the coastal Karnataka kind of constituency. The coastal Karnataka kind of.
Are you saying that there are no?
I mean, even the BJP will not pretend.
I mean, are we tonight suggesting that anyone who has a concern about the dilution of the identity is to be sort of contemptuously cast aside as some rabid...
Why are you taking it negatively? You are defining it. I am not defining it. I am not defining it.
Oh, well,
why are you apologetic about it?
Okay, TK, don't be apologetic about it. Call them deplorables. Unapologetically. That's ridiculous.
I am not dismissive.
Doctor.
Last point.
Okay.
Rahul, the important point is about JDS. Any high-profile election, the third party gets squeezed out. Every single exit poll, and of course we could be wrong, but every single exit poll is pointing to a subpar performance for the JDS. They're going to lose at least 10 seats.
We'll come to that. Let's move beyond the JDS right now. One second.
What this means is it converts it into a bipolar contest.
Fair enough. We'll come to that later. We'll come to that point later. Dr. Ranganath.
Yeah, I think in the iconic words of Ravi Shastri, the resort owner is a winner. No, but I think let's be very honest about it. I think when Tehseen went to the Shark Tank to pitch making resorts next to the Bengaluru airport.
Well, I didn't go to the Shark Tank. I was one of the judges at Shark Tank. Please don't make me a picture. No, take offense to that.
How many Congress MLAs was it, Jay, who switched and now ultimately became BJP MLAs? Was it 15 or 17?
14 was it.
So I'll tell you what. There were 17 by-elections, 15 ones, and then one separate.
Right.
Of that 15 gang, 12 won.
Yes. So as I said, Ravi Shastri is really much before his time. No, but there are two issues here, and let's get serious about it. One, I think if we go by the exit polls, Rahul, I think this is a defeat for the BJP. And I'll tell you why. It's no longer a matter of beating the anti-incumbency. Because if you really want to beat anti-incumbency, then you look at a prosperous state like Gujarat, where BJP beat anti-incumbency spectacularly, or a poor state, erstwhile a Bimaru state like Uttar Pradesh, where it managed to do so spectacularly. Now, why could it not beat the so-called anti-incumbency in Karnataka is a question. And here I put to you that something weird has happened here, that Jay has to explain or somebody has to explain, because the BJP has actually done creditable work. If you look at the other parameters that people look at, why would you vote for a party? If you look at the welfareism, if you look at, for example, when Tehseen has been proven wrong on inflation. In Karnataka, it is lower than the national average. Employment, 5 percentage points lower than the national average. You look at the per capita income of a Kannadiga, it has almost doubled in the last 5 years. You look at the GDP growth of Karnataka, it is 2 points above the national average. That's just the economy. You look at the welfare state. No, Tehseen, I didn't interrupt you.
Tehseen, did it happen in 5 years?
Yes.
No, Karnataka was always
Tehseen Punana, one second.
That's where you are.
Tehseen Punana, let him finish.
Of course you should, and I apologize. But Karnataka is always a rich, prosperous state.
It has always been.
One second.
The numbers for the last 5 years, right? So they are indisputable.
Okay, 1 second, Tehseen Punala, not fair. Let him finish his point. You can come in.
Now, why do people vote? Something called the captive audience. If a person doesn't have a toilet, doesn't have a cylinder, doesn't have Ayushman Bharat health insurance, doesn't have Kisan Samman Nidhi, and he gets all that for the first time, you got a captive vote there. And that is what Modi and the BJP have capitalized on in the last 7 to 8 to 10 years. that they are giving these benefits, welfareism you can call it, to a voter who now has become captive BJP voter. The problem with Karnataka is that they've given a lot of these. 3.7 million Ujjwala beneficiaries, 4.8 million toilets, 4.3 million tap water connections, but they're just not enough because Karnataka is also a prosperous state. And it is not as dyed-in-the-wool Hindutva as Gujarat is. So Jay has to explain.
Well,
BJP has worked on infra, on welfare, on economy.
No, one second.
Why is it still not able to beat anti-incumbency?
Bit simplistic. Hang on, just a minute.
Maybe they were not delivered.
One
Maybe
second.
Paper.
You see, now hang on.
The
Just a minute.
economy on paper,
Let me bring in GVL Narasimha Rao.
facts.
GVL Narasimha Rao, look, we are all mystified. We're all mystified, but many people are saying, especially your opponents, that the 40% Sarkara allegation appears to have struck a chord. And that is the single Achilles heel, because that's the apex really of your messaging. The Prime Minister began 2013 campaign which said, na main khaunga, na khane dunga. The Congress latched on to this in this election. Rahul Gandhi has spent the maximum number of his days on Bharat Jodo Yatra in Karnataka, seemingly got a huge response and focused only on 40%. And is that the reason why the voter is not enthused with the double engine?
Rahul, far from it. People of Karnataka have seen through this propaganda. They have only experienced development in the last 5 years, in the last three and a half years that BJP has been in power. So it is not Hindutva, as Suman C. Raman sitting in Chennai would like to believe. It is Moditva. It is development delivered under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
Sir, the numbers
people
right
have
now in
experienced the
ETG
true
are
benefits
85
of double engine
BJP,
Sarkar.
113
Look
Congress.
at the numbers.
GVL Narasimha Rao, please look at the numbers on your screen. Let's go beyond rhetoric. I'm asking you a pointed question on the back of data.
I can see them.
85, 113. If you go by ETG, if you go by India Today's poll, we're in the same ballpark, sir. The Congress is going to oust you, spring a massive surprise on you. So how is that possible?
See, Karnataka surveys have gone notoriously wrong. So therefore, don't expect me to say, because there are some states which pollsters do get right most of the time, but Karnataka went awfully wrong last time. So therefore, let me not just comment based on the numbers that you put out, which is
so are you saying that at least 12
polls
are wrong?
Average of several erroneous polls.
Okay, let's put out all the polls.
Can be. It's not, no, it's not
No,
necessary.
let me take you through. 12 polls can't be getting it wrong, sir.
It is wrong to... Yeah, you can...
12 polls.
No, there are occasions where all polls go wrong in one direction.
Okay, one second.
And
Let's conventional wisdom.
Even the Axis poll, which got most of the polls
what is
right.
the thing, not how wrong is the poll.
Exactly, the general trend.
Which got most of the results right.
No, one second. Sharif, can we put out all the polls, the poll of polls? Let's fire it. Come on, let's do it. Let's talk this chart through now. So we have the Times Now ETG poll, BJP at 85. The Congress at 113, the JDS at 23, the others at 3. Then you have the Rajniti poll, 100, 92, 31, 1. Then you have the Jan Ki Baat, 106, 99, and 19 and 0. And then if you go right down to Axis, so Rajniti and Jan Ki Baat and CBS poll are at 100 plus for the BJP, but Axis brings that number down, 71 for the BJP, and adds all those numbers in the Congress column and gives the Congress a very simple, straightforward majority in the state of Karnataka. The P mark is at 101. Chanakya, today's Chanakya is 120 and 92. All of that, the grand total comes to 94, 106. That's a mean number, viewers.
It was 113, right? Your numbers were 113?
They're up there. That's right on top. That's on top.
But this is 106 now, poll of polls.
That is a poll of polls. Yes, because
it's 106, so it's not a clear majority as just like.
It's not a clear mandate, because you see the CBS giving the Congress 86, which really brings the average down.
Correct.
So if you look at the
Axis has increased.
Yeah.
Jan Ki Baat and CGS has got Congress
and
down.
Chanakya also. Chanakya, Times Now's poll and Axis seem to be in one Congress direction. So GV Narasimha Rao, look, conventional wisdom, and you've been a pollster, suggests that most pollsters get the general trajectory right. So between hung house, which is not advantage BJP, and a simple majority for the Congress, that's what it's looking like. Now we can, disagree over the exact number, that's fine, but I'm talking about the general direction.
No,
There's certainly not a vote, sir,
state
for...
like Karnataka is always very difficult to predict. It's a difficult state to predict because in the last election, we polled 2% less than the Congress, and yet we won a mandate. We emerged as the single largest party with almost 25 seats more than the Congress. So this election could also be a close affair. I think as a pollster, I'm not talking, I'm putting
a close affair for you.
We certainly see the BJP far ahead in this
that you have been the single largest party and not been able to form government. History is littered with those experiences, right?
Not recent history.
Yeah,
Recent.
where you have been the largest single party, but
and governor at the beck and call.
Okay, 1 second. 300 days short of the general elections, and GV Narasimha Rao in one of the biggest states across the country, which many people say will set the tone. Well, the BJP isn't really cruising, is it? So you've got to begin to answer my question, sir. Something has not connected for you. Is it Rahul Gandhi spending most number of days in Karnataka? Is he the factor? I mean,
I think if Rahul Gandhi should have got the credit, he should have won by-elections in Telangana, where he campaigned, where he did Padayatra around the time elections were happening. That should have had an impact in Gujarat, which were happening when the Padayatra was very much ongoing in the neighboring state of Maharashtra. So I think Congress party might be hoping that they will have a better result so that they can credit Rahul Gandhi, but their hopes are going to be belied. And this cannot be a trendsetter for parliament poll, because we have seen how in parliament BJP gets almost 16% more votes than it gets in assembly elections.
Well, that's a fair point. Whether it's a barometer for the Lok Sabha, okay, fair enough. If you fall back on data, then you're right. Yeah. The BJP has done much better. It's sitting at 50% plus vote share. If you go by the 2019 Lok Sabha projections. But 1 second, JVC Sriram, the BJP says that these numbers are not quite adding up.
No, I don't think so. Because see, I have only one thing to Mr. J. If the vote share gap is 4%, now seat share cannot be this. Because if Congress is getting more than 40%, you can take it from me that Congress should have crossed 140 seats. Because that's what has happened in the past. It should even go up higher. Look at when SM Krishna became the CM. Those are the kind of numbers they had.
41%.
Okay, and when Virendra Patel became the CM in
44%.
it was 43%, and they got 179. Yeah. So we did not see the kind of anti-incumbency on the ground which your poll is showing.
Or the 41% should have created that sort of a seat tally.
Correct.
I get your logic.
Number two is Mr. Anand Ranganathan, Dr. Anand Ranganathan's point is, this is one factor which probably the BJP will have to look at when they're coming to South. Yeah. Yes, I have got benefit from Ayushman Bharat. Yes, I have got Jal Jeevan. Yes, I have got home. But whom are you going to vote for? Congress. DMK. TRS. This is South. This is not UP. In UP, I have got my ration, I have got my vaccination, I have got my home, I have got my toilet. My vote goes for Modi. But south of India's, that is not the point, which is what Mr. GV Narasimha Rao need to understand. Why? That's a mystery. Because they've got the benefit.
No, but we are being, I think you're, so hang on, it's a bit condescending. Let me tell you, Karnataka, one second. No, 1 second. Let Jay come in. Let Jay come in.
No, see, I am from South India, boss.
1 second. Look.
Yeah,
1 second.
I am born Tamilian. Okay, I am from South India. Yeah. So what I am trying to say is, this is what is happening. This is what is happening.
No, are you suggesting? Are you suggesting? No, hang on.
So wait. No, it is not that.
One second.
Jay. voters voting for BJP in Lok Sabha. Okay. And he's not insulting the same voters.
Gentlemen, I have just recovered from a viral. I can't keep projecting my voice. Please, sir, I beg you. Yes, we have. We've called him out on that. Just relax. Calm down. Let's get Jay into this. Jay, simplistic analysis, I think, coming from JVC Sriram. I think it's also slightly condescending of the voter. And we can't just suggest that the BJP doesn't connect in the south. I mean, Karnataka has been a bastion now for almost 20 years. I know that.
I think there are two more dimensions from which you need to look at this whole issue. One is the growth of a party as it consolidates its social base. Okay, and that often creates surprising results. I would go, as recently back to 2020 Bihar election. All of them projected a close race. Axis, in fact, Axis and one other poll gave them 150 seats to the RJD in Bihar, if my memory serves me right. And you know what was the result? The NDA narrowly scraped through.
That's right.
Right? So let's keep that in perspective and temper our arguments here. That's first part. If it's a close contest, such things can happen. Now, which are the two other spatial perspectives I want? One, parties are often in transition consolidating their bases. It is the same Karnataka in which even a popular Hegde has lost elections. Let's not forget that. It is the same Karnataka. So, as long as a party's social base, as Rahul and I were speaking today evening, is consolidated, it has a committed social or fraternity voter, it does manage to put up a performance, no condescending
and it
comments.
can't be written away.
Talk about the condescending.
Rahul, one more perspective. In every state, we go back to sociology, Maslow's pyramid, that people with different needs. So that does create an electoral impact.
Okay.
About the very emotional response that you got. This is the kind of response that happens with all those who work for a political party, and the results here, it's the opinion poll or whatever, the exit poll, it doesn't match up to the expectation. We saw this when we were talking about the deplorables bit, when we were talking about, at the same time, the Democrats had the same reaction when Hillary didn't win. It was this, unbelievable that you were supposed to win and you didn't win. You got all the benefits. How come you didn't vote for our man or our woman for that factor? So this emotional response comes when the results don't show up, but like you said, when it comes to South India, there is not that just the deliverables. There are many other factors which work. There is the Vokaliga factor, there's the Lingayat factor. You're talking about several layers that are working. The regional aspect, we don't know how many JDS has brought in.
Forget.
Whether those numbers have come in or not.
Hang on, let's not forget. Hang on, one second. Deeper psephological insights will tell you that to overcome the anti-incumbency, the BJP actually made deep cuts into denying people tickets and some of their senior most leaders.
So, Rahul, I'll just correct the number. If you now match apple to apple, the candidate list of the BJP in 2018 and the candidate list in 2003, the total change is 103. It's 46% of the assembly strength.
46% go, and are we?
And if the results don't match now, somebody's head has to roll about why they did
that. Here is the question.
Here's the question.
When do you deny a person, an incumbent, a ticket? When?
Simple question.
When?
When there's a local anti-incumbency against him.
And why is that?
It is because he is not delivered.
There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's as simple as sometimes, Occam's razor.
Okay, quick response before I open this up to the Congress party.
Just a minute.
103 went down. In fact, more than your ratio in Gujarat, I think. 103 went down. 46% of your sitting incumbent MLAs denied tickets. You were aware that there was something amiss. You even changed the chief minister in mid-course. So clearly, there has been a huge gap between what the people expected from a double-engine sarkar and what it's delivered. Admit it, sir.
Rahul, no. I think you can't imagine certain.
I'm not imagining. 46% of people were denied tickets by your party.
Whatever your no, it's a part of. No, it's a state where we have had, you have to look at individual cases. You see, there are people who have been in the political arena for a long time. People who have been MLAs for 3-4 terms, maybe some of them would get tickets to contest Lok Sabha election. Some of them would be expected to take on other roles in the party. It is not anybody's right that you should be contested, you should be fielded from the same constituency every time. There are no such personal individual rights that exist. And it's purely the party has to accommodate a larger number of people. We have expanded in a state like Karnataka massively. So why should only one person be given ticket every time to contest?
Right? That you
So why
have to
didn't you
give
look at
tickets.
it that way? It's a process of
GVL, and you have to give winnability factor, right?
It's a process of accommodating a larger number of...
One point.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me also...
One is also one winnability. Second also is to accommodate diverse groups of people.
Well, sir, I think that's...
Selection of candidates.
Okay, well, that's... You wouldn't have gone to the number 46% if it was just about diversity, because are you suggesting that the original picks themselves were not diverse enough? Come on. But nonetheless, look, let's viewers, right now, we are not in any space, in any place to suggest that this election is over tonight. It's not. Jagdish Shettar, in fact, joins us, former Chief Minister of Karnataka, who moved across to the Congress just recently. Mr. Shettar, the poll of polls suggests that the Congress and the BJP are going to be both short of the halfway. Times Now ETG suggests that Congress has just made the 113 number. We've looked at the fine print and there are still shortcomings. So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Shettar, what held you back from winning this election outright? What has held the Congress back?
Here exit poll shows that in most of the exit polls shows that Congress will be the single largest party. But according to my political analysis experience, that looking into the public mood, that Congress is going to cross the magic number 113 and get the clear majority and will form the government, according to me.
No, so let's go by the poll of polls. That's fine. But we are going by pure data right now, sir. So I understand no, you have a different hope from the electorate and you have a subjective opinion, and I respect that opinion, but let's go by the numbers. Let's play along with these numbers. The poll of poll figures. The poll of polls says that the Congress is at about 106. The BJP will bag 94 probable seats. 22 will go to the JDS. And I'm asking you, sir, you are still not being seen as a convincing alternative to the BJP by a majority of pollsters, because they have also tested the mood on the ground. So I'm asking you, sir, why? Why is it that the Congress, after having talked about 40% Sarkara, etc., has not been able to, in these polls, unanimously convince the elector that they are the party of governance? Why?
No, it is not a true fact, and Congress party has fighted it out and convinced the people. Because of convenience, all these things, that Congress is gaining more and more votes from the people, and according to me, according to my experience, definitely whatever may be it is single largest, and more seats are for the Congress. Anyhow, in the union government, BJP government is there under the Modi ji leadership. Here, in state government, it is under the BJP leadership. If we see, two governments are double engine Sarkar. In spite of all, Congress is gaining. It is a great achievement because of all this governance pressure and all other mega rallies. Instead of that, Congress is coming number one. It is a big experiment in Karnataka.
Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Shettar, simple, straightforward question.
Yeah.
If you fall short, if you fall 10, 15, 10, 15, 20 short, what will you do? Will you accept JDS's support, sir?
Here, one question. I am just a new entrant to Congress. I am not a high command. And according to my conference, we will get the clear majority. If not, the high command has to take the call. Whether they go to alliance with the JDS or not, it is not Jagdish Shettar.
High command, sir.
High command has to take the decision.
Why high command?
It didn't take you.
I mean, it hasn't exactly. The other panelists are surprised because you come from a very democratic party, the BJP, and now you're already talking about high command. You're talking about a central leadership. Should not the CLP be picking the leader straight off? I mean,
no.
Why don't you deserve to be?
It is you should not. You should not.
No, why don't you deserve to? You don't deserve to be chief minister, sir. You deserve to be picked
as a high command.
But you have been chief minister in the past, sir. I'm sure you're one of the front runners.
What is there in the? What is there internal democracy in BJP? I know everything. I know everything. That is also high command. In the BJP also started talking about the high command. Not internal democracy. It is not true thing. Only thing I will say, just I enter the Congress regarding important decisions, Jagdish Shettar will not give opinion. Only the Congress has to take the decision with all the opinion of the MLAs.
Wow, not the people. Okay. Jem Rug has a question for you, Mr. Mr. Shettar. Mr. Shettar.
Mr. Shettar, I'm putting this question to you. Just assuming you're a seasoned political observer and activist, okay? I'm forgetting your party affiliation now. The way in 2018, with the results coming out, instantaneously within 24 hours, Congress said, hey, we made Kumaraswamy the chief minister, all set. You know, it was about 24 to 36 hours that happened. Can such a scenario happen again? You know, I'm asking you as an observer now, and it's happened in the past, so I'm asking you.
No. I don't want to intervene all these issues because here I believe that Congress will get the clear majority regarding whether this possible or that possible. For that purpose, I will not answer.
Okay, quick question coming to you, sir, from Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Good evening, sir. Congratulations. Just one small question. Do you think EVMs are to be blamed for this election?
There is a rumor, but I always respect for the democratic election system. The democratic election system, I respect it. Any confusion there, then there is some allegations and other things are. But according to my personal view, I have not alleged anything.
So, you know, I just want to draw your attention. That's a naughty question, Dr. Ranganathan, that I know where you're trying to go with that.
Laughing.
But let's have a look at just two areas, and I think this will flow into your question, Smita Prakash. Let's look at two areas, central Karnataka and also Kittur Karnataka. Let's have a look at both those areas. That's central Karnataka, the BJP 17, Congress 9. And let's have a look at Kittur. There you go. There you go. It's coming up on your screens, viewers. 23 for BJP, 27 for the Congress. That's Bombay, Karnataka. It's neck and neck.
The rebels didn't have much of a difference, you know, those who have left, because if Mr. Shettar, Mr. Savadi, they both are from Kittur, Karnataka region. How many? 50 seats in that region? So I don't think it matters all that much. That they should have got much more, right?
Your basic card, sympathy card that the BJP is not respecting Lingayats has not really clicked either.
Here, I told the leaders, when I left the BJP, I told the leaders that it will affect not only Dharwad district in the Hubli-Dharwad central. It is not question of one constituency.
Okay.
It is going to affect entire North Karnataka, particularly in Kittur Karnataka. Definitely it will affect. Same thing is happening now. Same thing is happening. Lingayat community diverting to the Congress. So many in the constituency, after
well,
my
it's not
leaving
really, we are not
BJP,
seeing it on, yeah, we are not seeing it on the ground. Let me bring in Tejasvi Surya, Member of Parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Shatta, stay on with us for 30 seconds. Stay on with us, stay on with us. Tejasvi Surya coming into this conversation. Tejasvi Surya, let me ask you. 1 second, Mr. Shettar, 1 second, sir, 1 second.
I don't want to involve in panel discussion.
Okay,
No,
you don't want to be part of the panel?
Please,
fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough.
I put a condition, one-to-one
we are not taking
I will agree.
We are not taking you. We are not
if
taking
you ask any so many questions, so many people will say, he will come. I don't want to react to everybody.
Okay, okay, sir. I understand. I understand. Best of luck. Best of luck for the next couple of days. Tejasvi Surya, let me bring you in, Member of Parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party also. Let me ask you a simple, straightforward question, Mr. Surya. The poll of polls not painting a very encouraging picture. Have a look at the screen. Best case scenario is 93 poll of polls for the BJP. Now 92. Congress is at 101. There are other various polls there that are giving you other numbers, 94, 106. So poll of polls 94, 106. Clearly something has not clicked. Double engine message certainly has not run true for you.
Rahul, I think you're jumping the gun, and I think we should all wait till the 13th of May. And most of these exit polls, some are giving BJP a majority, some are predicting in hung assembly, some are predicting a win for the Congress, clearly indicating that the pollsters have not been able to capture the mood of the people, and this is too close an election to call. With this being the context, I would place my bet on the basis of the inputs I am getting from the ground, from our Karyakartas who are manning the booths today. And most of the Karyakartas are very upbeat, very optimistic. In fact, they are saying that even in those seats where the BJP was considered a C category seat, where there was no contest, there is a sudden contest, and that we may even be waiting for a surprise win. This is the kind of reports I am getting from the Karyakartas, the booth level agents who have worked today, and I would rather trust my opinions on their inputs than on the basis of any other pollsters, Rahul.
Well, Mr. Surya, that's a very convenient way of now sidestepping the entire issue. Let's look at these numbers. In the past, the BJP itself has talked about trends, the general direction of polls, especially poll of polls. And I remember in the past where there have been projections which have not sort of flattered you entirely, you've said just go by the direction of the opinion polls. The direction of the opinion polls seems to put the Congress ahead of you, and even if one were to consider this is very creditable on their part. I mean, Karnataka is a massive state where you have actually had dominance for about 2 decades now.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that the dominance will continue. And Rahul, I'm telling you this on the basis of my own extensive travel in the state, discussions with the voters, discussion with our
no, but Mr. Surya, hang on.
No,
I understand. I know what you're going to say. That, okay, your opinion is completely different from that of the opinion polls, but 46% of your sitting legislators were replaced. New people have been given tickets, and at one point, it was said that it was because a large number of them had not acquitted themselves. That was the reason that was being given in the public domain. So obviously, you have lacked somewhere.
Well, Rahul, I would want to say this at this point, that the party in every elections, whether it is UP, whether it is Himachal, whether it is Gujarat, the party always tries to groom a second generation of leadership, and that is the culture of a cadre-based party like the BJP. So that's the same model that is followed even in Karnataka. I would say that all of these seats where new youngsters, new faces have been fielded, a majority of these seats the BJP will win. I would want to take you specifically to say a constituency like Doddaballapur, where a 28-year-old Yuva Morcha activist Dheeraj Muniraju is our candidate. Until 20 days ago, this was not even a seat where we were in contention. But in the last 3-4 days, most of our internal reports and surveys are saying that we may even be, waiting for a surprise win in Doddaballapur. And this is just one seat. There
Mr.
are
Surya,
so many seats like this, like I said earlier. So many seats.
Mr. Surya,
seats where
Mr. Surya,
for a
look,
surprise
we are tonight talking about straight facts. And let me bring to your attention one Mr. Ishwarappa. Now, you know the allegations against him. In fact, his alleged actions handed the Congress the 40% Sarkara slogan. So how is your party any different from the Congress that you accuse of being steeped in corruption? You have said that DK Shivakumar, in that respect, has agencies after him, this, that, the other.
Well,
Mr.
Rahul,
Ishwarappa
the
gets a
people
pat
who
on his back
made
from the Prime Minister.
Who are the people who are making this allegation?
No, but you denied him a ticket for some reason.
No,
you
one
removed
second,
him
please.
from a job, or he
all
resigned
these
for a particular reason.
You show me. No, Rahul. One second. You show me. Rahul, please. One second. Please show me one charge sheet. Show me a piece of evidence or any process in court that has been instituted or started against any of these accusations that the Congress has made. No allegations, no charge sheet or no due process is started against Ishwarappa. Nor has there been any serious allegations made which have, stood the court.
So why did he quit?
On any of
why
the
did he
BJP,
step down? Or why was he nudged to go? And why has he been denied a ticket? He's such a senior leader. Why was the Prime Minister calling him and sort of commiserating in some ways?
This whole... No. This whole reading that he was made to resign or removed is a very wrong way of looking at a very important practice of the BJP, where senior leaders voluntarily make way for the next generation of leadership. Yediyurappa ji made space, Ishwarappa ji made space, Haladi Srinivasa Shetty made space. There are so many other Karyakartas who are such senior leaders who have made space. It's something that is unique to the BJP because we are a cadre-based party. Why are you not taking the case of Haladi Srinivasa Shetty? Why are you not seeing the case of Yediyurappa? Why are you seeing only Ishwarappa and saying that this is some removal?
Okay, we've also witnessed the fiasco of a BJP MLA having to surrender in another corruption case.
One second, Rahul, if Ishwarappa ji was, if Ishwarappa ji was some kind of a liability for the party, why would the party ask him to campaign in such a large number of seats, which he did so willingly?
Okay.
So it just doesn't beat logic.
Okay, yeah. One question coming in from Dr. Ranganathan to you. Yes.
Hi, Tejasvi. Just a couple of questions. Number one, what were the reasons why the Morbi MLA in Gujarat, who was an incumbent, were the reasons of his removals and not giving him a ticket to fight the Gujarat elections also similar, that you wanted to make way for younger person?
I think he's not there.
Well, I do not particularly recollect this Morbi MLA's case, Anand, and if there's any, if you can actually refresh my memory, it would help me. But I can only say this to you, that there is a culture in the party where, being a cadre-based party, the BJP always makes it a practice, whether it is in UP, Himachal, Gujarat, in any of these states, you will see that a large number of senior people voluntarily make space. A new set of leaders, a new set of youngsters are given an opportunity, fresh faces are given an opportunity, because we are a cadre-based party.
Okay.
So it's a culture that is existing in the party.
It's a culture, says the BJP's member of parliament. And for now, we'll take you at face value, Mr. Surya, because we must understand the limitations of this exercise tonight,
I myself
viewers.
am a beneficiary of this culture.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Let's take you at face value. Let's say this is part of the regeneration of the party and moving, the baton to a younger generation and so forth and all of that. And obviously there's a limitation in this discussion because we don't have the results, viewers. We have projections from exit poll surveys, which could be wrong, could be right. We think that they are in a particular direction. The BJP has something to worry about. The Congress doesn't have anything to celebrate about. So it's one of those kind of verdicts. And therefore, I want to very quickly, thank you, Tejasvi Surya, for being patient with us and for taking our questions. I want to very quickly, so hope to see you in a couple of days and best of luck. But let me just quickly bring in Tanveer Ahmed, spokesperson.
Absolutely.
Okay, best of luck. Tanveer Ahmed, a very quick question to you. The JDS in this entire electoral assessment, projection, etc., call it what you want to, seems to be the one that suffered the most. You're really fighting a battle for survival.
From the projection, what you're showing, definitely it is a matter of concern. But on the ground, I have worked for almost about 58-60 days, but I don't really agree, because last time during the similar kind of situation, the exit polls told us that we are getting anywhere between 12 to 18, and we ended up getting 38. Today, thank God, people are showing between, they are saying 22. I'm really hopeful that people of Karnataka wants us to really keep check on both these national parties. Deputy Chief. We will definitely get a suitable
Will you tie up? Who will you make king? Will you make BJP or Congress? Let's test you. Since you think that the people of Karnataka are looking beyond these parties, who will you? Will you sit in the opposition if this is the number? 94,106?
Rahul, firstly, I don't think this is the number.
Acha.
I don't think this is the number, because I know what is the number going to be. I know who's going to be the chief minister. Who is trying to get in touch with us? Who is talking to us?
Sir, which EVM have you looked at?
But this is not the right time for me to reveal it.
Well, viewers, you see, when they don't want to answer your question direct, look, the JDS will say the other two have lost their credibility, but when it comes to it, they might end up supporting one of those two, which will be an abnegation of the mandate of the electorate. And that's rather strange. That's rather strange. Who will be chief minister?
Tell us. We need to know.
Look at the past precedents in Haryana, in Karnataka, in Maharashtra. As I say, post-poll alliances should be made illegal,
well,
because they are against the mandate of the people.
Absolutely. Larger philosophical point there, but maybe we'll be discussing it a lot on the 13th. We leave it at that, viewers. It's Saturday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, but we'll be back. The news hour with Navika Kumar. We're looking at more numbers, more polls, viewers. Is it going to get tighter, this race? Stay tuned.
गाइस, एमजी कॉमेट के इंटीरियर की कहानी अब हम आपको सुनाते हैं। फैन को करते हैं थोड़ा स्लो और शुरू करते हैं किससे? ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले आपको बताएं कि इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए चाबी कहाँ गई? भाई चाबी मेरे पॉकेट में है। तो इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपको कोई इंजन स्टार्ट स्टॉप बटन नहीं मिलेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि आप इस खूबसूरत सी क्यूट सी जो चाबी है उसका अनलॉक बटन दबाइए, इस कार में बैठिए, 2 बार ब्रेक पेडल को दबाइए और कार इज रेडी टू गो। तो एक ये इंटरेस्टिंग आपको एस्पेक्ट इसमें देखने को मिलेगा। इसके अलावा 10.25 इंच के आपको 2 स्क्रीन यहाँ देखने को मिल रहे हैं। इंटरेस्टिंग इंप्रेसिव चीज़ ये है कि यहाँ पे आपको जो लुक और फील है और जो फीचर्स है, एमजी की गाड़ियों में आपने फीचर्स वैसे भी काफ़ी जो लिस्ट रही है उससे लंबा ही देखा है उस लिस्ट को। यहाँ पे भी आपको उस हिसाब से ये लोडेड ही नज़र आएगी। एंड्रॉयड, एप्पल कारप्ले, ये सभी आपको वायरलेस भी आपको इसमें ऑप्शन देखने को मिलेगा। और जो फील है, जो इसका रिस्पॉन्स, वो मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा इम्प्रेसिव सा लग रहा है। और जो डिस्प्ले है वो काफ़ी वाइब्रेंट सा भी आपको देखने को मिलेगा। राइट साइड में जो इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन की जगह, अब इलेक्ट्रिक कार है तो वहाँ पर इंफॉर्मेशन तो आपको अलग अलग सेटअप में मिलेगा। लेफ्ट साइड में वोल्ट, करंट और पावर वगैरह की जानकारी आपको मिलेगी। ऊपर जो है कुछ एक जो साइंस है उसमें एक यूनिक या एक अलग चीज़ आपको देखने को मिलेगी। पिछली सीट पर जब आप बैठे हैं, सीट बेल्ट आपने नहीं लगाया तो भी इसमें बीपर जो है आपको याद दिलाएगा। राइट साइड में यहाँ पर फिलहाल न्यूट्रल में है गाड़ी, वो दिखा रही है। स्पीड आपको दिखाएगी 72% बैटरी इसमें बची है। जो रेंज है वो 144 किलोमीटर इसमें देखने को मिल रहा है और ओडो इसका 199 किलोमीटर दिखा रहा है। यहाँ पर लेफ्ट में एक आप ग्रीन में छोटा सा देखेंगे इको मोड, उसे आप चेंज कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पर ड्राइव सेलेक्ट मोड है या ड्राइव मोड सेलेक्ट, इसे जब दबाए तो यहाँ नॉर्मल मोड होगा, स्पोर्ट्स मोड होगा और इको मोड होगा। तो यहाँ पर जब मैं नॉर्मल मोड में दबाता हूँ तो रेंज इज 142, स्पोर्ट्स मोड में दबाया है तो रेंज इज 142। सो आई गेस जब ड्राइव करेंगे तब शायद इसमें चेंज हमें नज़र आएगा। इसके परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में भी हम तब डिटेल में बात करेंगे। फिनिश है, जो कलर्स हैं, जो यहाँ पर फैब्रिक जैसा मटेरियल है, जो प्लास्टिक है, उसकी क्वालिटी मुझे प्रीमियम लग रही है। लाइट ग्रे, ऑफ वाइट, क्रीम, इन सब के इस्तेमाल के साथ ज़्यादा स्पेशियस और ज़्यादा प्रीमियम फील आपको नज़र इसमें आ रही है। बहुत ही मिनिमल है, तो ढेर सारे बटन्स और कंट्रोल्स इसमें नहीं हैं। और इसके अलावा सिंस दिस इज़ इलेक्ट्रिक तो यहाँ पर भी आपको पूरी जगह मिल रही है। गियर शिफ्ट यहाँ पर आपको यहाँ वो पैनल नहीं देखने को मिल रहा है। स्टीयरिंग व्हील की बात करें तो अच्छे से प्रीमियम फील के साथ ये आपको कवर्ड मिल रहा है और परफोरेटेड पैटर्न वाला यहाँ पर कवर है। जो मटेरियल इसके सेंटर में यूज़ हुआ है वो भी मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है और जो ये ऑफ वाइट या आइवरी कलर जो फिनिश इसमें दी गई ग्लॉसी सी, वो भी मुझे अच्छी लग रही है। सो हाल फिलहाल में कुछ एक गाड़ियों में हमने ये लाइट थीम देखा है एंड आई रियली लाइक इट। जो सीट है उसमें आप देख सकते हैं फिक्स्ड आपको हेडरेस्ट है, लेकिन ओवरऑल जो फिनिश है वो मुझे फैब्रिक में भी कलर के हिसाब से आई रियली लाइक इट। इसके अलावा यहाँ पर नीचे में आप देखें तो यहाँ ड्राइव सेलेक्ट है, रिवर्स चार्जिंग, न्यूट्रल ड्राइव मोड ये आपको देखने को मिलेगा। जो विंडो के कंट्रोल हैं वो आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, ये ऑटो है, यानी मैंने बटन दबाया और शीशा पूरा खुद ब खुद नीचे या ऊपर गया है। यहाँ पर आप हैंड ब्रेक देख सकते हैं। कुछ एक क्लेवर चीज़ें हैं, जैसे यहाँ पर आप देखें तो ये जो बटन है या सॉकेट है, उसमें आप जब उसको दबाएं तो नीचे हुक निकल कर आ जाता है, जिससे कि आप शॉपिंग बैग्स जो छोटे मोटे हैं वो आप इसमें रख सकते हैं। यहाँ एक चीज़ जो मुझे कमी नज़र आई वो ये है कि अगर आपके पास बड़ा फ़ोन है तो आप या तो किनारे रखें या यहाँ इस कप होल्डर में आएगा इस रखें जहाँ आप चाबी भी रखते हैं। ये जो जगह है मेरे ख्याल से बहुत प्रैक्टिकल नहीं होगी बड़े फ़ोन्स के लिए जो आजकल हम लोग आमतौर पर यूज़ करते हैं। तो उसके लिए एक और शायद बड़ी जगह की दरकार उसमें होगी, अनलेस आप उसे यहाँ पर रखना चाहते हैं तो, या फिर पॉकेट में अगर आप कनेक्टेड डिवाइस यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो। वैसे एक और एलिमेंट है जो ढूंढने में मुझे थोड़ा सा वक्त लगा, वो हैजर्ड लाइट में ढूंढ रहा था, क्योंकि शूट करते वक्त दोनों लाइटें ऑन होती हैं तो बड़ा अच्छा सा लगता है।
Whether you're an aspiring influencer or just want to create memories using your mobile phone cameras, I am here to share some really amazing 10 mobile photography tips that can actually turn your ordinary photos into some really good Instagram worthy photos. मतलब आपका photo game एकदम next level amazing होने वाला है after knowing all my tips. But before I share these tips with you, allow me to introduce myself. You're already watching Gadget Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and now it's time to count on the 10 amazing mobile photography tips that I have listed for you guys. Let's begin. So tip number 1, lock focus. So as soon as you open your camera software, जो आपका subject है उसके ऊपर you just have to tap and hold it until this yellow box appears. ऊपर आपको दिखाई देगा एक छोटा सा tag saying AFAE log. Now what this means is कि जो अगर आपका subject move भी कर रहा है, you'll get really sharp photos as well as the well balanced exposure. Tip number 2, rule of thirds. Now try to not position your subject in center. Maybe just position them on one of the grid lines. This makes for a visually appealing photos as well as videos. Tip number 3, use full megapixels. क्या मतलब है इसका? The smartphones these days boast 48 megapixel sensor, 50, 64 and sometimes 108 megapixel sensor as well. इस केस में क्या होता है, whenever you click any picture, the smartphone by default clicks your photo at 12 megapixel using the pixel binning technology. अब इसका क्या इलाज है, you have to go to the camera settings, वहाँ पर जाकर आपको हाई रेजोल्यूशन फोटोज पर सेलेक्ट करना होगा ताकि जो आपकी फोटोज हैं वो सेंसर का फुल मेगापिक्सल इस्तेमाल करें और आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा डिटेल्स अपने फोटोज में दिखाई दे। टिप नंबर 4, शूट ड्यूरिंग द गोल्डन आवर। उप्स, वैसे तो ये भी नहीं है। दैट इज द आवर 1 hour आफ्टर द सनराइज एंड 1 hour बिफोर द सनसेट। द लाइट एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इज एब्सोल्युटली परफेक्ट। आपको वार्म लाइट मिलता है, सॉफ्ट लाइट मिलता है और आपकी फोटोज come out really very excellent in terms of colors. Or I think I should also own my photography tip and start shooting in the golden hour and not in the harsh light maybe. Okay. Tip number 5, use burst mode. This is the most underused feature on all smartphones. Android पे भी मिलता है और iPhone पे भी मिलता है. Very simple to use. You just have to tap and hold the shutter button on your camera software and the camera will click multiple photos in just a few seconds. This is a really great feature just in case you want to capture any movement, dogs, birds या फिर अगर आपको candid shots चाहिए तो उसके लिए भी इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है। Tip number 6, just like burst mode, you can also make use of the portrait mode. This will help in creating a differentiation between background and the foreground. जो subject है वो एकदम focus में रहेगा और background blur हो जाएगा। To make the most of this feature, आप क्या कर सकते हैं, आप थोड़ा सा डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करके खड़े रह सकते हैं ताकि जो सब्जेक्ट है उस पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा फोकस आपको दिखाई दे। टिप नंबर 7, एडिट योर फोटोज. You do not have to be afraid of retouching your photos once you have clicked them. This can actually enhance the colors, the sharpness, the contrast in all the pictures and can actually make them look professional. बहुत सारे मोबाइल फ्रेंडली एप्स आते हैं, एडिटिंग एप्स, फॉर एग्जाम्पल पिक्सआर्ट, Photoshop, Lightroom or Canva. You can go and try these out as per the level of your editing skills maybe. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 8, use filters. Just in case you are a little bit lazy like me and do not want to touch your photos once they are clicked, then what you can do is use the built-in filters that are available in most of the smartphones. Black and white,
प्रधानमंत्री यहाँ आते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री को सबसे पहले कर्नाटक की जनता को समझाना चाहिए कि उन्होंने ये जो 40% भ्रष्ट सरकार है इसके बारे में क्या किया।
क्या 85% कमीशन खाने वाली कांग्रेस कर्नाटका के नौजवानों का भविष्य बना सकती है? कभी नहीं बना सकती दोस्तों।
पहले प्रभु श्री राम को ताले में बंद किया और अब जय बजरंगबली बोलने वालों को ताले में बंद करने का संकल्प लिया है।
महाभारत में जब अर्जुन को तीर मारनी थी तो सिर्फ मछली की आंख देखता था, उसको और कुछ नहीं दिखता था। तो मेरी बहनों और मेरे भाइयों, कर्नाटका के अर्जुन बन जाओ।
मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन गैर संवैधानिक है, कभी हो ही नहीं सकता धर्म के आधार पर रिजर्वेशन।
As soon as our government comes, we will cancel that reservation issue and we will protect the minority interest.
उन्होंने कहा है कि कर्नाटका की सॉवरेनिटी की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं। कांग्रेस जो कह रही है इसका मतलब है कि कांग्रेस कर्नाटका को भारत से अलग मानती है। टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग की बीमारी कांग्रेस में इतनी ऊपर तक पहुंच जाएगी, मैंने कभी सोचा तक नहीं था।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Most exit poll predictions, including Times Now ETG surveys, suggest that Karnataka will either retain its tradition of voting out the incumbent government or at the most throw up a hung assembly. It's been a pattern in the state in recent times. The projections suggest that the Congress has better chances of forming the government, the state, rather than the BJP. The odds are in favor of the Congress, and the Saffron Party's last leg campaign blitzkrieg may not just be enough to see it past the halfway mark. While the actual results will only be known on the 13th of May, the exit polls do provide an opportunity to look into what Karnataka results, if they go as per exit polls projections, may tell us about 2024. Will a Congress victory in Karnataka provide a political lifeline to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party? And if a possible humbling at the hustings for the BJP takes place, then will it have any impact on the party's fortunes come 2024 general elections? We will look closely at these projections and the big picture that comes up on the News Hour tonight. Let's first take a look at the poll of poll numbers that is coming up on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the sum total of all of those polls. Times Now ETG gives 85 to BJP and 113 to the Congress party. That's just beyond the halfway mark, one extra seat. Rajniti gives 100 to the BJP and 92 to the Congress party. Jan Ki Baat 106 to the BJP, 99 to the Congress party. TV9 Polstrat gives 93 to the BJP and 104 to the Congress party, which is a hung house. Again 114 and 86, that is the tally in CJ. This is a majority for the BJP. And this one is a majority for the Congress party. The others all are 120 Chanakya polls gives to the Congress party, 92 to the BJP. P mark again 101 to the Congress, 92 to the BJP and 28 to the JDS, and this is where resort politics will begin.
Resort politics. And Pankaja was suggesting journalists can do small business, they can set up a dhaba opposite the resort.
Well, that's fine. My Axis poll gives 71 to the BJP. That's perhaps the worst performance in these poll of polls, and 131 to the Congress party. So at least 3 polls gave a full majority to the Congress, but on the other hand, there only 1 poll gives a full majority to the BJP. If you take the average number, BJP at 94, 106 to the Congress party, 22 to the JDS, and that's how things are stacked. And so, Jay, our resident psephologist, Jay, what do you think? Where is your bet on what numbers? Hung house or Congress for the majority?
I think much like Bihar in 2020, where the psephologist said, nahi, 2%, 3% antar, and the end result was a real surprise. The NDA took it by a whisker. It was just a whisker, but they managed to throw a surprise.
So let's look at the vote share, and we'll look at the ETG Times Now vote share. BJP at a 36.7, Congress at a 40.9, almost 41%, and JDS at 16. That's quite a lot of gap.
Yeah. Now, only thing here is the Congress seems to be going back to its 1999 vote share as per this poll, jo SM Krishna leke aaye the. He came with a 41% vote. The BJP, however, Navika, the most interesting point, there's no negative swing against the BJP. It's from up by at least 0.5% of the votes. So the only loser in this is the JDS, which is down from its 18.5 to 16. So vote share wise, BJP not a loser.
Well, BJP not a loser, but Congress takes the bulk of the votes, and a 5% difference can give it the majority. Let's take a look at the takeaways that these results in the poll of polls. So Number one, poll of polls shows us that this is going to be, can we just go a little slower, Sharif? Let's go to the first one. Let's take a look. Poll of poll predicts a hung assembly, or at least 2 polls show that Congress gets a majority. Number 3, poll of poll predicts a hung assembly, which is the most favored option at the moment. Let's also look at 2018. Will it be a Congress JDS Sarkar?
Yeah, Sarkar. No, and that is exactly the question I was putting to one of the spokespersons there. That नाविका 2018 में सबसे बड़ी चीज ये थी कि almost within 48 hours of the result, Congress without blinking an eyelid said support to Kumaraswamy. You know, and look at the poll of polls. Whichever way they are, you know, not exciting either for the Congress or for the BJP, the poll of polls is exciting for JDS.
But then the question is, when it comes to the choice of the chief ministerial candidate, will Kumaraswamy demand the chief minister's position? Will that be a deal breaker? That's our takeaway 5, and takeaway 6, hung assembly can lead to an unstable government, and that is a big possibility that we could be looking at this moment. Let's go straight across to our guest joining us tonight as we look at all of these issues. I'm joined by Dr. Anand Ranganathan in the studio to my right, Smita Prakash, editor ANI, joining me on the News Hour tonight, Ashutosh, senior journalist, Tehseen Poonawala. Have your fortunes improved? Your smile is broader than it was at 7 p.m.
Every time I'm in the newsroom with Smita ji and you and Anand, my smile improves.
How diplomatic.
Always.
तुम्हें अब किसी की भी support चाहिए हो सकती है. So better keep your options open. Well, let's also introduce.
support चाहिए कि नहीं वो देखना पड़ेगा ना, whether they need JDS की support.
Well, we're also joined by Mr. Gaurav Bhatia joining us, senior spokesperson of the BJP. Brajesh Kalappa, who we always have known as a friend from the Congress, this time fighting the elections from the Aam Aadmi Party. Thank you for joining us. But before I come to all of you, I want to go across to Mr. DK Shivakumar, who's joining me on the News Hour tonight. Mr. DK Shivakumar, good evening. And how is the evening looking to you? How many seats for the Congress are you predicting?
141, Navika. I don't change my stand. I have done political engineering, social engineering, hard work. I have done a lot of this one. I think my number will not change. It is 141 with the absolute majority. I don't go by the exit polls. I don't go by whatever this. I am a very practical man on the field. We have done a lot. See, we have shown a united effort. All the leaders have helped us from the national level to the ground level. So we all have given a very big strength to the country for a change. This will be the beginning of national politics.
Well, Mr. DK Shivakumar, the best scenario by any exit poll is 131 for the Congress. You're saying 10 above that number. Am I speaking to the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, or do you think the Chief Ministerial stakes will open up only after the seats are in your pocket?
After the results, I will come out. Definitely, I am not a sannyasi. I will come out. We believe we have run this election on a collective leadership. My ACC president is from my state. All the leaders knows about the entire efforts of all of us we have done. It is not a single DK Shivakumar or ex-support. It is all the leaders who have worked together, and these numbers are coming.
But then you're not a sannyasi, you said. If you're not a sannyasi, then all of you cannot have collective chief ministerial position. So who will it be?
I'm very happy at least you are discussing on the chief minister issue with the Congress president. That means you have accepted that the Congress party is going to win.
You are saying 141, and I don't know any better because, you know, I'm not counting the votes. So I'm taking you on your word, and I'm asking you, if you're not a sannyasi, then am I speaking to the future chief minister?
We'll discuss on 13th.
On 13th, you'll know for sure. You know it today. You're smiling. Many people say you've done social engineering, you've done political engineering, you've also done a lot of resort politics engineering. So will it be resort politics this time too, or have you kept your chartered flights on standby?
Going to Rajbhavan, that's all.
Okay. And you don't need a plane for that.
Thank you.
Which Raj Bhavan?
Which
you,
Raj Bhavan? Dr. Anand Ranganathan in the studios wants to ask you a question. Which Raj Bhavan?
Karnataka Rajbhavan.
All right. So, Mr. DK Shivakumar, many people say that in the popularity ratings, Mr. Siddaramaiah may have the edge. How do you respond to that?
I don't want to discuss popularity. See, I am a party president. We respect Siddaramaiah. He was a CRP leader, deputy CM, opposition leader for a long time. He had 5 years of chief minister. Definitely, he will be more popular. Who said no? I don't deny anyone's popularity. Under my leadership, under my presidentship, you are speaking on the chief minister's post. I'm so proud of it. Thank you for giving us.
But is it going to be a Rajasthan repeat where for 5 years Mr. Sachin Pilot has been waiting in the wings? Mr. Gehlot did not vacate the seat for him.
I think let us not discuss on other. Karnataka is different. Karnataka political blood is different. Thank you.
Well, Mr. DK Shivakumar, thank you very much for joining me on the News Hour tonight. And I hope I have your word that on 13th of May, you will tell us about your non-sannyasi plans and whether you are headed to the Chief Minister's seat in Karnataka. I hope you'll keep the promise on 13th and unveil your desires that day. Well, that's a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Mr. DK Shivakumar, for joining me on the News Hour. Going to the debate and Gaurav Bhatia, the numbers are not quite stacked the way the BJP would have liked it. How do you look at the numbers from the exit polls, and do you think you have an ace up your sleeve? Because only a miracle can give you a government formation chance in Karnataka if we go by the exit polls.
No, Navika, we respect the various exit polls that we've been seeing. And I must say that we are aware that people of Karnataka are blessing the Bharatiya Janata Party again. We will form the majority government and there would be a double-engine sarkar. And I must say that election after election, we have seen how Modi is magic and Rahul is tragic. And I must say that even your survey gives us a number of 85, if I'm not mistaken. But I can tell you, I was in Karnataka myself. There was a very cohesive campaign led by Shri Narendra Modi ji, JP Nadda ji, Amit Shah ji, the Chief Minister Bommai ji. And I can tell you that we will be the clear winner on the 13th. One aspect I want to also point out, देखिए इतना divisiveness था कांग्रेस पार्टी में कि कैमरा जब ऑन होता था तो डीके शिव कुमार और सिद्धारमैया जी कहते थे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे, और कैमरा जब बंद होता था तो वो कहते थे तुमको हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे, बच के रहना. And in the BJP there was, a camaraderie. Everybody was touring all across the state. They were raising the issues of the people, also giving their report card. That was not seen in the Congress party, and what a negative campaign. When you abuse the Prime Minister, call him a venomous snake, when you bring up the issue of equating the Bajrang Dal with PFI, and they never presented their report card even when they were in power. What does it show? It shows a very, very nervous Congress and a very confident BJP. And I can say this with some experience that I have. Even in the past, you remember Mahagathbandhan between the SP and the BSP? Pollsters were giving them 50-55 seats in Uttar Pradesh elections, Lok Sabha. And what happened? We got 63 seats. There are many other examples. I would only say today is a day when we should celebrate our democracy and the festival of democracy and wait for the 13th.
Well, fair point. And let me get in Mr. Brajesh Kalappa. Mr. Brajesh Kalappa, the Aam Aadmi Party clearly doesn't have too much of a stake in Karnataka. But do you think your national dreams, now that you are a national party, will translate into seats in Karnataka, number one? And number two, do you get a feeling that this will be a decisive verdict by the people of Karnataka, or is your bet on a hung house, going by the average of the poll of polls that we're looking at?
Navika, I'm glad to be on your show again. And as far as the answer to your questions, first is that you asked me a question for which I'll have to wear my analyst cap. And I think, honestly, as a observer of Karnataka politics, I think the Congress party clearly has an edge, one. And two, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, the perception is that they are highly corrupt. And the perception in Karnataka is that they have completely destroyed the administrative machinery in terms of the fact that even in Bengaluru, where the BJP had not just a double engine, it had a triple engine, where even the BBMP was under the BJP. They have really screwed up by having, so many deaths owing to potholes and everything. So it's been a disaster in the making. And I think people are going to show the BJP the door this time, one. And two, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, as soon as the results to Gujarat happened, people began to speak, including in Karnataka. I remember the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka saying that the AAP was going to pulverize the Congress Party, and therefore the Congress Party had no role in government formation in 23. And somehow they began to realize that the educated class, which had otherwise been voting for the BJP, that is the middle class and the upper middle class, was slowly veering towards the Aam Aadmi Party. So at that point in time, you will remember that, there were some defections from the Aam Aadmi Party to the Bharatiya Janata Party. And two is that at a very important point in time, I'm speaking only of the timing, major channels began to speak of a Sheesh Mahal and 45 crore and so on and so forth. And this was clearly, according to me, aimed at the prospects or harming the prospects of the Aam Aadmi Party in Karnataka. And I think as far as these answers are concerned,
your journalism
well, thank you for being on the show and the channel where Sheesh Mahal, Operation Sheesh Mahal was broken. So thank you very much for that, Brajesh Kalappa. But Karnataka, I don't think the story really makes a difference to the prospects of the Aam Aadmi, in Karnataka at all. Did they really have too much at stake in Karnataka for us to aim the Operation Sheesh Mahal at the Aam Aadmi Party's prospects in Karnataka? Dr. Anand Ranganathan?
No, I think AAP, other than Delhi and Punjab, which was a miracle because Congress let it be, has been a disaster all around the country. I mean, let's face it. But coming back to these elections, Navika, let me put, as Mr. Kalappa also put his analyst hat on, let me put my hat on. Come 13th of May, Congress will be the largest party, but the BJP will form the government. It's not a question of Mr. DK Shivakumar or Mr. Bommai or or Mr. Siddaramaiah. It's a question of Oberoi's Taj or Westin or Holiday Inn.
Or Eagle Resorts.
Eagle Resort. There's a new resort that you were promoting.
Or the Poonawalla Resort, which is next to the Bangalore airport, which is party agnostic. No, but it does raise a couple of questions. Why do people elect governments? Let's come down to the brass tacks and the basic issues. Something is missing in their lives and the party provides it. It could be a toilet, it could be health insurance, it could be tapped water, it could be electricity, it could be a home. What happens once the party already has provided it? What does the voter do? That voter is no longer captive. And I think that is the problem, because if you look at all the data, and I challenge my good friend Tehseen, who's, by the way, I don't know, perplexingly in mourning clothes today, I don't know why. I challenge him because I'm going to provide him data of the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, the inflation in Karnataka has been 2 percentage points below the national average. The unemployment has been 5 percentage points below the national average. The GSDP per capita of Karnataka has catapulted from 1.8 lakhs to 3.2 lakhs. You see the FDI, there's a 3-fold jump in the last 5 years. So many things have improved in Karnataka in the last 5 years. I'm not even discussing the welfare of 3.7 million Ujjwala beneficiaries, 4.8 million toilets, 4.2 million Ayushman, and so many other things, airports from 2 to 9. So I want to ask him, why have the voters rejected BJP if they've got the welfare, if they've become wealthier, more prosperous and more healthier? Answer this.
That's a fantastic question you put, Navikaji. With your permission, I'll answer it. Because when you talk about the last 5 years data, voters understand, and voters of Karnataka are very, very smart, Smitaji comes from there, that 5 years and the 5 years preceding this was Siddaramaiah and the Congress government. Everywhere you went, allow me to finish, they knew the work. When you talk about new industries coming in Karnataka, can you, Anand, show me one? I'm not asking for 10, one new factory that's come in the 3 years of Bomaiji. All of them, including Apple, were done when Siddaramaiah was chief minister. All of them, not one. When you talk about startups and you talk about jobs being created, today there's a massive 28,000, I'm quoting Economic Times, layoff per day from startups. In Karnataka is suffering. And I was in Karnataka when there was those floods. All the IT companies were shut because the water was flooded because of illegal construction. 40%. Tell me another example in the country, ma'am, with you, Smitaji, with you, where the Contractors Association one day before the election says, look, we are paying 40% commission. This is the president of the Contractors Association. Contractors will never take on any government, whichever government is there. The corruption was unreal, and they were angry not just with the state government, even with the union government. I'm not saying Prime Minister is not popular. Corruption is one issue. Corruption is one issue. The BJP's desperateness to polarize the election. You had Himanta ji making statements that were not required.
Desperate. What about the Congress party? Why would it put in its manifesto and give a chance to the BJP? And Gaurav Bhatia wants to contest the points made by Tehseen Poonawala. Gaurav Bhatia, please come in.
You know, one by one, I think Tehseen is not what Congress is all about, because they campaign on the ground. They are the king of self-goals. Let me say that with some responsibility first. Abusing the Prime Minister. Tehseen, my friend, is talking about jobs, unemployment, but there they were abusing the Prime Minister, saying he's a poisonous snake. Why? Second, what happened in the manifesto? Who injected communal politics? By comparing a band outfit like the PFI to Bajrang Dal. And then your MLA, Rahim Khan, said, let all the Muslims unite to teach a lesson to Lingayat and the Hindu community. And their last self-goal was when Sonia Gandhi said, we will ensure sovereignty to the state of Karnataka. And that tweet, Navika, has not been deleted so far. It still remains. That means 13th would be a very important day, but nothing can be more important than the sovereignty and the integrity of our nation. And the Congress has already failed every Indian, not just the Kannadigas. And let me just make one more point, which is very important. See, Narendra Modi ji, wherever he went, and Mr. Bobai, they were presenting the report card of the double engine Sarkar and the work done in the last 3.5 years. We didn't get a full tenure of 5 years. We got a tenure of 3 years and some months. And we were still able to deliver. And we all know how Karnataka got an IIT. Karnataka, during the COVID pandemic, got 12.5 crore vaccines, 4 crore beneficiaries who got ration for 2 years.
The campaign is over, Gaurav Bhatia. The campaign is over. The point is, if all the polls are not giving you a majority, then somewhere that message has got lost.
इस पे एक लाइन अर्ज कर देता हूं
जी,
मैं एक लाइन अर्ज कर देता हूं इस पे। हम वो दरिया है जिसे अपना हुनर मालूम है, हम जिस तरफ चल देंगे रास्ते बन जाएंगे। उत्तर प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, गुजरात 2014, 2019 and Karnataka again would be seeing a BJP government, Navika.
Well, तो मैं आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णम जी से पूछना चाहती हूँ। गौरव भाटिया कह रहे हैं उनमें इतना हुनर है और वो पहचानते हैं इसको कि जिस तरफ चल देंगे रास्ते वहीं बन जाएंगे। कांग्रेस का भी हुनर है सेल्फ गोल्स का, और कांग्रेस ने बजरंग दल की बैनिंग की जब बात की तो आप पहले कांग्रेस के ऐसे लीडर थे जिन्होंने ट्वीट करके कहा था कि भाई बजरंग दल या बजरंग बली को मत छेड़ो। आपको लगता है इससे चुनाव पर, पोलिंग पर कोई इंपैक्ट हुआ होगा? गाली भी दी गई प्रधानमंत्री को जो हमेशा बैकफायर की है कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए, और उसके बाद बजरंग बली का सेल्फ गोल। आचार्य जी, आप कांग्रेस को अंदर से जानते हैं, देखते हैं, और आप कभी सच कहने से हिचकिचाते नहीं हैं। मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूं, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी लग रहा था कि सरकार बनाएगी, उसके प्रोस्पेक्ट्स को कुछ डैमेज हुआ है इन स्टेटमेंट से?
देखिए नाविका जी, 3-4 पॉइंट हैं जिन पर मैं बात करूंगा। पहला पॉइंट तो ये है कि ये जो एग्जिट पोल है, ये एग्जैक्ट पोल नहीं है, और गौरव भाटिया जी अपनी बात कर रहे हैं इस तरह जैसे कि अभी चुनाव कैंपेन चल रहा है। आपने अच्छा कहा कि कैंपेन इज़ ओवर, तो अभी रिजल्ट आने दीजिएगा, मगर हमारी पूरी उम्मीद है कि हम यानी कांग्रेस पार्टी वहाँ सरकार बनाएगी, नंबर 1। नंबर 2 पर मुझे फिक्र हो गई है इस एग्जिट पोल को देख के, बहुत चिंता हो गई है, क्योंकि अगर एग्जिट पोल में बीजेपी की सरकार बन रही होती तो कोई फिक्र की बात नहीं थी, लेकिन एग्जिट पोल में कांग्रेस की सरकार बनती हुई दिख रही है और वो 2, 4, 10, 5 एमएलए से बनती दिख रही है। तो मुझे ये 2 रातें बड़ी भारी नजर आ रही हैं, क्योंकि हम गोवा में 18 सीट जीते थे, बीजेपी 13 जीती थी और सरकार बनाई बीजेपी ने। मध्य प्रदेश में हम बहुमत लाए थे और कमलनाथ जी को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया, लेकिन 1 साल बाद किस तरह से क्या हुआ वो सबके सामने। तो ये आज अगर बीजेपी को पता चल गया है कि भाई 10-15 सीटों से जो है कांग्रेस की सरकार बन सकती है, तो ये 2 रातें बड़ी भारी हैं हमारे ऊपर, और मैं सच बता रहा हूँ, मैं बड़ा चिंतित हो गया हूँ। तीसरी बात ये है नाविका जी, अभी करप्शन की बात तहसीन पूलावाना जी ने कही, तो मैं आज ये कहना चाहता हूँ आपके चैनल पे, करप्शन की बात करना ही सबसे बड़ा करप्शन है आजकल के ज़माने में। अगर करप्शन की कोई बात करता है, आई थिंक यही सबसे बड़ा करप्शन है। करप्शन पे कोई वोट नहीं देता है, और ना ये कोई मुद्दा है। चौथा पॉइंट आया बजरंग बली और बजरंग दल का। ये मैं आज भी कह रहा हूं कि अगर बजरंग दल वाला इशू नहीं होता तो कांग्रेस पार्टी को 15-20 सीटें और मिलनी चाहिए थी। बजरंग दल वाले इशू को और 1-2 और ऐसे मुद्दे हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेताओं ने जो उठाए, उनसे हमें नुकसान हुआ। कितना नुकसान हुआ ये
मसलन कौन से बजरंग बली के अलावा कौन से ऐसे मुद्दे थे? प्रधानमंत्री को गाली देने वाला मुद्दा जो
हमारी
नहीं, गाली तो प्रधानमंत्री जी को किसी ने नहीं दी है, ना गाली प्रधानमंत्री को देनी।
जहरीला सांप कहा था।
भाषा की मर्यादाएं टूटी और सोनिया जी को।
अच्छा, तो सोनिया गांधी को अब आप जहरीला सांप बुलाएंगे? राहुल गांधी को,
कांग्रेस पार्टी
जहरीला सांप?
नहीं, मैं इस पक्ष में नहीं रहता हूं, मगर अगर आप मुझसे एक लाइन में सुने नाविका जी कि अगर हमारी सरकार वहां बनती है, कांग्रेस को लोगों ने पसंद किया है, कांग्रेस को लोगों ने वोट दिया है और बीजेपी को दोबारा सत्ता सौंपने की तरफ नहीं जा रही है कर्नाटक की जनता, तो उसका एक कारण अगर मुझसे पूछेंगी तो वो कारण सिर्फ वो है बीजेपी की एरोगेंसी। जो बीजेपी की एरोगेंसी है वो अभी भी गौरव भाटिया जी के लहजे में और इनके भाव भंगिमाओं से प्रकट हो रही है। हम अगर सरकार बनाएंगे तब भी विनम्र रहेंगे, हम सरकार नहीं बनाएंगे तब भी विनम्र रहेंगे। ये आपका एग्जिट पोल अगर सही निकला तब भी अच्छी बात है, आपका
आचार्य जी, जहरीला सांप प्रधानमंत्री को बुलाना, ये क्या ह्यूमिलिटी का साइन है? ये क्या बहुत शालीनता से बोला गया था, बहुत अदब से, बहुत रिस्पेक्ट से बोला गया था?
बिल्कुल नहीं, ये गलत है और ये मैं इसका समर्थन नहीं करता। देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी के विषय में कोई अपमानजनक टिप्पणी करना ये उचित नहीं है, लेकिन विपक्षी नेताओं के लिए भी जिस तरह की अभद्र टिप्पणियां बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता नेता करते हैं वो भी बहुत बुरी बात है और लोकतंत्र के लिए ठीक नहीं है।
गौरव भाटिया जी, क्या सवाल है आचार्य जी के लिए?
नाविका जी, एक सवाल है कांग्रेस समर्थक। मेरा सवाल आचार्य जी से भी है और तहसीन से भी है। राहुल गांधी कहते हैं डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो गई है। अब जब एग्जिट पोल आ रहे हैं तो डेमोक्रेसी जिंदा है या खत्म है? और दूसरा, आप ये बताइए, मीडिया, गोदी मीडिया कहते हैं आप लोग, अब मीडिया तो एग्जिट पोल ये दिखा रहा है कि आप आगे हैं। चुनाव का जो परिणाम आएगा वो देखेंगे, लेकिन राहुल गांधी गलत साबित हुए या नहीं हुए?
आचार्य जी,
लोकतंत्र जिंदा है।
आचार्य जी जवाब दें।
देखिए, लोकतंत्र खत्म हो जाता तो ये चुनाव कैसे होते? लोकतंत्र खत्म हो जाता, लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो गई होती, लोकतंत्र
तो राहुल गांधी गलत है,
तो हम रोज टेलीविजन पे
राहुल गांधी को गलत कह दिया
विरोध में कैसे बोलते हैं?
धन्यवाद।
अगर लोकतंत्र खत्म हो जाता,
धन्यवाद।
अरे भाई,
और
आप
मीडिया गोदी
पूरी
तो
बात
नहीं है ना?
सुनते हैं।
मीडिया गोदी तो नहीं।
लोकतंत्र, नाविका जी, गौरव भाटिया जी से
गांधी
कहो
को
आज तो।
अच्छा गौरव भाटिया जी, आचार्य जी को अपनी बात खत्म करने दें, 1 मिनट। जी आचार्य जी।
जरूर।
मैं कहना चाहता हूं नाविका जी, देश में अगर लोकतंत्र खत्म हो जाता तो हम रोज टेलीविजन पे बैठ करके नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार की आलोचना कैसे कर सकते थे? तो ये कहना कि लोकतंत्र की हत्या हो गई है, लोकतंत्र खत्म हो गया है, ये मुझे लगता है ये मुनासिब नहीं है। हाँ, लोकतंत्र को खत्म करने की कोशिश हो रही है, मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूं।
Smita, what do you make from the body language and the words of Acharya Pramod Krishnam? And he's a very, very pragmatic man.
Correct. I think he is right in, in the apprehension that he says that the next 48 hours are going to be long and traumatic for them, because the poll of polls show that it's not going to be a clear mandate. It's a hung assembly, and there are just 3 polls I think which are giving a clear mandate to the Congress, and that is what is bringing up the numbers of the Congress. Now, a couple of points which I want to say is that, one, when he talked about, I think Brijesh ji talked about the disaster that Bengaluru has become. If that was the case, then the numbers would have shown that Bengaluru has overwhelmingly voted against the BJP, and that is not the numbers that you're putting out. Two, the thing that we talked about the BJP, being happy or not so happy about the numbers. The thing is that it was a very adventurous step that they took when they did this kind of a purge. We talked about more than 40 seats in which 46% in which the
changed the faces as compared to 2018.
Right. When they do something like this, it's a very adventurous step, and they run the risk of losing an election, and losing an election in a state which is the first and only state that they had in South India. They were willing to take that risk when they did the ticket distribution, and despite that, these are the numbers that it has got. That means that political adventurism is something that the BJP still has stomach for. It's not just winning. Every time we say that the BJP is only thinking about winning, it's not that. They did the purge in Gujarat, but Gujarat was a home state, so they can do the purge and know that they're going to win. But in Karnataka, doing this purge just goes to show they have the stomach to take bold political decisions.
Like an entrepreneurial risk.
And the third thing that I want to just quickly point is that when they were talking about polarization and things like that, let's not forget that the SDPI has been going door to door campaigning for the Congress. So it's not just the Bajrang Dal, Bajrang Bali thing. It is the SDPI which said that they will contest in 100 seats, but they have not done more than 16, if I'm not mistaken. They have not contested
even in the last election,
14 seats, and they said it is because Congress is going to get the votes, and they have campaigned for that. 14% is what the Muslim population of Karnataka is, and the
Muslim associates with SDPI.
No,
SDPI
Kharge ji has said that they are willing to accept the support. Kharge ji did not say no. When SDPI said that we are supporting the Congress, why did they say no?
Tehsil Poonawalla, the campaign again. Please wake up, smell the coffee. The campaign is over, and the worst kept secret in Karnataka is the Congress's alliance with the
SDPI is an agent of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Oh my God.
It's an agent of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Why didn't the Congress go at that time and say that
SDPI and tell the election commissioner that we have no evidence?
Why didn't the Congress party tell the SDPI don't campaign for us. They did not. Khargeji did not say no.
DK Shivakumar
no,
said
that's not
they
true.
Said it. They said we
They
don't want the support. They were very categorical.
They did not say
in
that.
fact, the Congress has said we don't want SDPI.
What are you saying? Khargeji did not say no.
Very clear.
1 minute. Tehseen Poonawala. In the manifesto, when you wanted to defend the PFI, you put Bajrang Dal next to it.
How are you defending when you're saying PFI should not be there? I am saying this on your show, and Acharya is the Congress
it with the Bajrang Dal.
PFI works
you
for the BJP.
You brought in the equivalence with the Bajrang Dal.
For the BJP.
जितना होली आपके लिए, जितना होली आपके लिए SDPI है, आपने उसको equate कर दिया बजरंग बली के साथ. But 1 minute. Let me get in Ashutosh. Ashutosh.
Why is he smiling?
Because he knows I'm speaking the truth. He knows I'm speaking the truth. My color reflects it.
Should I speak?
Yes.
I think today all the exit polls are showing that the BJP is behind Congress party. If the BJP is behind Congress party, then we should discuss and debate why BJP is behind Congress party. I think that's the core point today. Prime Minister did 2 days back-to-back road shows in Bangalore, and the data shows that even in Bangalore the BJP is lagging behind the Congress party. The issue is, what happened with the BJP? If the BJP was doing so spectacularly well as a government in Karnataka, then the BJP should be forming the government, and the exit poll should show that. The fact of the matter is that whenever there has been a BJP government in Karnataka, whether it is 2008 to 2013 or 2019 to 2023, BJP could not find a suitable leader to run government for 5 years. In 2008 to 2013, they had 3 chief ministers: Yadurappa, Sadanand Gowda, and Jagdish Shettar. This time also they have Yadurappa and then Bommai. Now the issue is, where is the, no. Let me complete.
Can I respond?
They have chief ministers in Gujarat who ran Gujarat for 13 years. In Madhya Pradesh, the chief minister ran 15 years, Shivraj Singh Chauhan. In Chhattisgarh, Raman Singh ran for 13 years, 15 years. But let me complete. I did not disturb anybody, please. My point is that the BJP did not have a model of governance. They didn't have a chief minister who could run smoothly, who can take everybody in confidence, and there was huge anti-incumbency. And why Mr. Modi could not win Gujarat?
Okay, all hands going up. All hands going up.
Right.
All hands going up. But let me first get in Mr. Pratap Kanagal. Pratap Kanagal of the JDS, because he's the man who holds the key to what is going to happen in Karnataka. And I want to ask you, all exit polls are giving you between 12 to 31. Nobody is giving you above 31, which means you're definitely not making a government there unless you tie up with one of the others if it is a hung house. Which is the party that you will tie up with? Because Congress is virtually eating into your bastions. Am I right, Jai Mruk?
Yes,
so Mr. Kanagal, where is the JDS going to go, if at all it comes to that?
First of all, exit polls, even in the past, two elections, none of the exit polls have predicted the JDS numbers correctly. It was always in 2013, they predicted around 24 and we ended up getting 40 seats. And even in the 2018, most of the exit polls were predicted less than 30. It's like that. It's always they do forget that there's a party called JDS, while doing the survey. Anyways, coming back to the as I earlier also said that in case of hunger assembly, yes, we have to consult our MLAs and leadership and all those things. Then we will take a call what has to be done, whether they have to sit in the opposition or we have to join any government.
Okay.
We are
So all
the national party.
Sit in the opposition, or there is
all possibilities. All options are open.
Is it going to be HDK third time lucky, or is it going to be Revarna as deputy chief minister? Is that that on the table?
No, as I said, there's nothing. We are not yet ready for a coalition government yet. As I said earlier, we will wait for the actual election results are out, and then we will take the opinion of all the MLAs who are getting elected. Then we will take a decision.
Well, so all options are open. कहीं भी चले जाएंगे.
It's a close race.
Yeah, well, Anand Ranganathan, and then Gaurav, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, I think whatever the issues, I think the next Chief Minister, Mr. Kumaraswamy, would be deliberating that. But I want to come to, I want to come to what Ashutosh said, and it's not a question that Ashutosh, you're wrong. The question is, what is the issue? Someone please tell me, because I'm grappling with it. Normally for an election, महंगाई is an issue, right? You fight on महंगाई. Unemployment, बेरोजगारी is an issue. So if you have a central election, general election, social security is an issue. ये सब issues हैं. कर्नाटका में issue क्या था? ये कोई मुझे बताए.
करप्शन और आचार्य जी ने कह दिया, और आचार्य जी ने कह दिया करप्शन इशू होता ही नहीं.
अब आचार्य जी, Tehseen, please don't. Let me tell you. I wasn't finished. Just 10 seconds. Sorry. Because you talked about Gujarat, 13 years of face. You were talking about faces associated with a party winning or losing. I disagreed immediately, because Gujarat in the last 5-6 years has changed so many chief ministers. Nobody knew the chief ministers, and yet they defeated anti-incumbency spectacularly. So you're wrong there. So I come back to this. Welfare किया है, inflation कम है, unemployment नहीं है, FDI आ रहा है, prosperity आ रही है, health आ रही है. तो issue अगर corruption है, तो आचार्य जी गलत हैं, कांग्रेस गलत है. Please answer.
Anand, we have to understand this. The corruption issue, the 40% was not raised by the BJP, not raised by Congress or the JDS. It was raised by the Contractor Association.
Okay.
And Ishwarappa was named in that. One of the BJP workers died.
Yes.
It is the Dingleshwar Swami Mutt. He said that 30%. Yeah. Even from the Mutt, Lingayat Mutt, Pramukh is saying 30% commission is being taken by the BJP. And the same Swami was called Bommai as a great man. So he's not a fake person. Then there is a police recruitment scam. Who was arrested? One of the BJP leaders was arrested.
All right. So corruption is an issue. Gaurav Bhatia.
Then there is a teacher's scam.
Gaurav Bhatia, the analyst here. 1 minute.
5 seconds. Corruption is an issue, and they have elected Congress.
Let me complete. You are talking about Gujarat. Take the case of the coastal Karnataka. In coastal Karnataka, even this exit poll shows that the BJP has swept elections because Hindutva are working.
तो वहाँ corruption नहीं है.
हाँ, वहाँ नहीं है corruption.
That's what I'm saying. In certain areas, Hindutva work in certain areas.
Okay, so one size doesn't fit all. Gaurav Bhatia, the analysts feel that corruption is an issue. Some of the analysts feel that. But Acharya ji says corruption is a non-issue. Everything boils down to something else. Where do you stand?
Okay. So, Navika, since I was also in Bangalore and Karnataka, I would say 2-3 things. Factually, we need to present the right facts. There was a press conference and Mr. Kharge was asked that SDPI has decided to withdraw its candidates. What do you have to say? So Mr. Kharge responded by saying that I welcome it from a secular party. Any secular party is welcome to support us. What does it mean for Mr. Kharge?
Of course. He could have said, when I interviewed DK Shivakumar, Tehseen, please do not interrupt. Please do not interrupt. He's not in the studio, you are. Let him complete his point, but let me just clarify. DK Shivakumar, when I asked him, said no STPI. Kharge did not say no STPI. There is a difference.
I have to.
No,
somebody withdrawing and somebody asking for support are two separate things.
1 minute.
He said, I withdraw, don't contest. What is he supposed to do?
1 minute. I've asked that question to DK Shivakumar, who's the Congress president.
And what did he say?
And go back and see it on YouTube. 1 minute. Gaurav Bhatia. Continue.
Navika, this is very unfair.
Sorry, but you're manipulating.
I just want to tell Tehseen, I have very limited time, but let me now tell him the history. When Siddaramaiah was the chief minister, he was the one who withdrew terror and murder cases on PFI, SDPI workers 1, 2. Even in the last election and this election, SDPI withdrew its candidate to favor the Congress party. What is this rishta? Ye rishta kya kehlata hai? Now coming to Ashutosh. आशुतोष भाई की मुस्कुराहट देख के मुझे कितनी खुशी है मैं बता नहीं सकता हूं कि 2 दिन के लिए कम से कम He wants to slice and dice the Bharatiya Janata Party. He wants to talk about the
remember
failures
there was
of the
a
Bharatiya Janata
spokesperson who
Party.
said if
और
BJP
आपके
lose,
लिए
I'll shave my head. That spokesperson is speaking now. Did you shave your head, Gaurav Bhatia? You said on a live TV camera that if BJP will lose, I'll shave my hair. You did not.
Okay.
So I'm going to smile on 13. Don't worry about my smile.
Okay, all right.
You should have shaved your head.
He's not in the studio. Allow him to complete.
इतना disturb मत होइए.
Question doesn't arise.
Oh, so Gaurav did shave his head.
आज के दिन जब मैंने बोला कि आशुतोष भाई, you know, last 9 years I have never seen Ashutosh bhai smiling. For the first time,
I've also never heard Gaurav calling me
He was
Ashutosh bhai.
smiling
I'm
ear to
smiling.
ear. अरे भाई.
Thank you.
चलिए.
Thank you for calling me big brother.
Ashutosh bhai, don't do this. Yes. A couplet for you. तुम्हारे 2 दिन की मुस्कुराहट कोई ना चुराए. तुम्हारे 2 दिन की मुस्कुराहट को कोई ना चुराए. लेकिन सच तो ये है कि बीजेपी तुम्हें फिर से हराए. बार बीजेपी हराए.
आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्ण, करप्शन पे तो कोई जवाब नहीं दिया गौरव भाटिया आपने. मैं आपको 20 सेकंड एक्स्ट्रा देने को तैयार हूं अगर आप करप्शन पे कोई जवाब.
30 seconds. Thank you. 30.
Okay.
Yes, I will. You know, with some responsibility, I tell you, there is not a single case or conviction where the BJP leader has been convicted. And who is making this charge of corruption? Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and Robert Vadra are all out on bail on corruption charges. DK Shivakumar himself is
आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णम, आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णम, मेरा बस जाते जाते एक ही सवाल है आपसे. क्या आपको लगता है कि फुल मेजॉरिटी आएगी कर्नाटका में कांग्रेस पार्टी की, या फिर रिजॉर्ट और प्राइवेट प्लेन्स तैयार किए जा रहे हैं? क्योंकि लोग कह रहे हैं कि जयपुर और रायपुर के अलावा अब एक डेस्टिनेशन शिमला में भी हो सकता है.
पैसे नहीं है, ओयो होगा.
अस्तबल तैयार हो रहा है नाविका जी. अस्तबल
नहीं, देखिए गर्मी का
आचार्य जी
नहीं, देखिए गर्मी का मौसम है और ये हमारा धर्म भी कहता है और वर्तमान राजनीति भी कहती है. और गांव में कहावत है कि जब माल आ जाए तो उसको सुरक्षित रखना चाहिए. तो गर्मी का मौसम है. शिमला कोई बुरा डेस्टिनेशन नहीं है. हिमाचल में ठंड भी है और सब ठीक ठाक भी रहना चाहिए.
तो आप अपने एमएलए को माल बुला रहे हैं और सुरक्षित रखना बहुत जरूरी है. वेल जेमरो, famous last words from you. Where do you think this is going? It is time to predict.
I think poll of polls has made JDS the most happiest. There's a consensus. While some polls are differing for BJP and Congress, there's a consensus that JDS is going to be kingmaker. So I think Mr. Kumaraswamy just recently in an interview, he said, देखो, अगर तुम मुझे जोकर भी कह लो, लेकिन जोकर के बिना ताश के पत्ते पूरे नहीं होते. So
absolutely. Well, numbers will be known. The poll numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, but the real numbers on 13th of May. And we begin our broadcast at 6 a.m. on the 13th of May, mandate 2023. We look forward to what's happening, which flights are booked, which resorts are booked. We'll bring you all the details, not just in the numbers, but behind the scenes, because we'll be watching the booking of all private charter planes starting today. Thank you very much to all my panelists, and thank you guests for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Thank you viewers, and just stay tuned to the Times Now broadcast, because the real stories are always here. Thank you. Good night.
You were watching the News Hour at 9. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm वंशिका और मैं आज अनबॉक्स करने वाली हूँ ये वाला फ़ोन. ये है टेक्नो फैंटम V फोल्ड. ये इंडिया का करंटली चीपेस्ट फोल्डेबल फ़ोन है. चलिए अनबॉक्स करते हैं. We have this cool box here और I'm super excited to unbox it. And यहाँ पे they have given their tagline, बियॉन्ड दी एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी। देखते हैं इसके अंदर फोन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी है कि नहीं। हियर इज द फोन। इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा बाद में बात करेंगे। लेट्स सी व्हाट्स देयर फर्दर। We get this packet kind of a thing. We have SIM ejector tool here, and we have some usual paperwork here, warranty cards, and some user manual. We get the cover also. बहुत ही cool सा matte finish वाला इसका cover यहाँ पे available है, and then we have जिसमें हमारे पास charging cable available है, 45 watt का charger available है, and that's it. These were all the things that were available inside this box. I'm sweating guys, मतलब unbox करने के चक्कर में इस फोन को मेरे पसीने छूट रहे हैं, but I'm excited. So, and here is the phone guys. Look at this beast. इसका जो मेन स्क्रीन है वो 7.85 इंचेस का है। मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रीम करना चाहते हो, गेम खेलना चाहते हो, बढ़िया फ़ोन है आपके लिए। इसका जो सब स्क्रीन है वो 6.42 इंचेस का है। कटआउट पंच होल अवेलेबल है। इसमें 50 मेगापिक्सल्स का रेयर ट्रिपल कैमरा इसमें अवेलेबल है। इसका जो बैक पैनल है वो टेक्सचर्ड है, बहुत ही प्रीमियम फील है। इसका जो वेट है वो 2.99 ग्राम्स है, जिसमें मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा भारी लग रहा है, बट इट्स फाइन राइट। इसकी जो बैटरी है वो 5000 mAh की है, और इसकी कूल चीज़ ये है कि इसमें 2 बैटरीज हैं। मतलब 5000 mAh है, 2 स्क्रीन्स हैं, तो 2 जगह बैटरी अवेलेबल है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट व्हाट डू वी गेट इन दिस फोन? यूजुअल है, जो पावर बटन होता है, वॉल्यूम बटन होता है। इसका जो फ्रेम है बहुत ही क्लासी फ्रेम है, ये रोज गोल्ड कलर का है। इसमें 2 वेरिएंट अवेलेबल हैं, एक ब्लैक एंड द अदर वन इज वाइट। वी गॉट द वाइट वन क्योंकि वाइट वाला ज़्यादा प्रिटी लगता है।
गाइस, एमजी कॉमेट के इंटीरियर की कहानी अब हम आपको सुनाते हैं। फैन को करते हैं थोड़ा स्लो और शुरू करते हैं किससे? ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले आपको बताएं कि इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए चाबी कहाँ गई भाई? चाबी मेरे पॉकेट में है। तो इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपको कोई इंजन स्टार्ट स्टॉप बटन नहीं मिलेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि आप इस खूबसूरत सी क्यूट सी जो चाबी है उसका अनलॉक बटन दबाइए, इस कार में बैठिए, 2 बार ब्रेक पेडल को दबाइए और कार इज रेडी टू गो। तो एक ये इंटरेस्टिंग आपको एस्पेक्ट इसमें देखने को मिलेगा। इसके अलावा
वंशिका और मैं आज अनबॉक्स करने वाली हूँ ये वाला फ़ोन। ये है टेक्नो फैंटम V Fold। ये इंडिया का करंटली चीपेस्ट फोल्डेबल फ़ोन है। चलिए अनबॉक्स करते हैं। वी हैव दिस कूल बॉक्स हियर और आई एम सुपर एक्साइटेड टू अनबॉक्स इट। एंड यहाँ पे दे हैव गिवन देयर टैगलाइन बियॉन्ड दी एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी। देखते हैं इसके अंदर फ़ोन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी है कि नहीं। Here is the phone. इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा बाद में बात करेंगे। Let's see what's there further. We get this packet kind of a thing. We have SIM ejector tool here, and we have some usual paperwork here, warranty cards, and some user manual. We get the cover also. बहुत ही cool सा matte finish वाला इसका cover यहाँ पे available है, and then we have जिसमें हमारे पास चार्जिंग केबल अवेलेबल है, 45 watt का चार्जर अवेलेबल है, एंड दैट्स इट। These were all the things that were available inside this box. I'm sweating guys, मतलब अनबॉक्स करने के चक्कर में इस फ़ोन को मेरे पसीने छूट रहे हैं, but I'm excited. So, and here is the phone, guys. Look at this beast. इसका जो मेन स्क्रीन है वो 7.85 इंचेस का है. मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रीम करना चाहते हो, गेम खेलना चाहते हो, बढ़िया फोन है आपके लिए. इसका जो सब स्क्रीन है वो 6.42 इंचेस का है. कटआउट पंच होल अवेलेबल है. इसमें 50 मेगापिक्सल्स का रेयर ट्रिपल कैमरा इसमें अवेलेबल है. इसका जो बैक पैनल है वो टेक्सचर्ड है, बहुत ही प्रीमियम फील है. इसका जो वेट है वो 2.99 ग्राम्स है, जिसमें मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा भारी लग रहा है, बट इट्स फाइन, राइट. इसकी जो बैटरी है वो 5000 mAh की है. और इसकी कूल चीज़ ये है कि इसमें 2 बैटरीज हैं. मतलब 5000 mAh है, 2 स्क्रीन्स हैं, तो 2 जगह बैटरी अवेलेबल है. Apart from that, what do we get in this phone? Usual है, जो पावर बटन होता है, वॉल्यूम बटन होता है. इसका जो फ्रेम है बहुत ही क्लासी फ्रेम है. ये रोज गोल्ड कलर का है. इसमें 2 वेरिएंट अवेलेबल हैं, एक ब्लैक एंड द अदर वन इज वाइट. वी गॉट द वाइट वन क्योंकि वाइट वाला ज़्यादा प्रिटी लगता है. दैट्स माई ओपिनियन, बाकी इट्स सब्जेक्टिव. इसको ऑन करके देख लेते हैं एंड विल टॉक अबाउट द फोन फर्दर. इसमें एमोलेड डिस्प्ले अवेलेबल है. इसमें 120 हर्ट्ज का रिफ्रेश रेट अवेलेबल है. 12 GB का रैम अवेलेबल है. 256 GB का स्टोरेज है, जिसको आप एक्सटेंड भी करा सकते हो.
Do you love the air that you breathe? Well, I don't, because it has got lot of pollutants, harmful toxins, dust, pollen and whatnot. Well, to curb that situation, Xiaomi has come up with a new product which is called Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. Hi, you're watching Edge Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and this is the product I'm talking about, the newly launched Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. कंपनी ने इसे हाल ही में लॉन्च किया है alongside Xiaomi Air Purifier 4 Lite, which is a toned down version of this device. पर आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे Air Purifier 4 की, जानेंगे इसके फिजिकल लुक्स के बारे में, all the buttons that it comes with and all the sensors or the qualities that this Air Purifier offers. This is the front side of the air purifier, जहां पर आपको मिलता है OLED डिस्प्ले. इसको जल्दी से पील ऑफ करते हैं इसका कवर. अब इसको ऑन कहां से करना है, लेट मी शो यू. दिस इज द बैक साइड ऑफ द एयर प्योरीफायर और यहाँ पर जो आपको बटन दिखाई दे रहे हैं, दिस इज द फिजिकल बटन टू टर्न द डिस्प्ले ऑन एंड ऑफ. इस फिजिकल बटन के साइड में एक सेंसर दिया गया है विच इज टेम्परेचर एंड ह्यूमिडिटी सेंसर. वहीं पर जस्ट राइट below it you will get to see the laser particle sensor. यहाँ पर इसको फिल्टर को अनकवर करने के लिए बटन दिया गया है, जिस पर लिखा हुआ है remove the filter packaging before turning on the purifier. Now how do I remove it? Let me try. Let's remove the tapes first. I think I did it the wrong way in the first place. So this is how the filter looks like. अंदर आपको मिलता है mesh fabric. Now let's just put the filter inside so that we can start using the product. Now we'll cover this up with filter compartment cover. Guys, this is very easy to put back the filter compartment. बहुत ही आसान था. This comes with magnetic boundaries. यहाँ पे magnet लगी हुई है ताकि ये easily, आसानी से you can put the filter back. Now let's
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. What is happening in Karnataka? Practically everyone is asking each other that. And that's why today in the 60 minutes ahead, we are going to focus only on the exit poll results, whether they are giving us a story and whether that story should be believed. I want to first start by giving you a quick debrief on the various regions in Karnataka, because I think that needs to be first addressed. What are those different regions and how each of them votes? That will give you a better insight into how should you read the exit poll results. So let's start. First up by showing you the map of Karnataka, the 6 different regions, and explain to you the importance of each. Imagine this surrounded by all the different states. Here you've got Andhra Pradesh, there you've got Maharashtra, pardon me, and which is why all their different regions.
Hyderabad, Karnataka, very distinct, is an area which is largely impoverished, has got water shortage over here. Bombay, Karnataka, as the name suggests, shares a border with Maharashtra, is a belt which has got...
It used to be a part of the Bombay presidency of the British, when the British fought the Anglo-Maratha war and took it over. So that's why the Bombay presidency name, as well as a strong Maharashtra influence in terms of the industries, the language, the culture.
And industries, the family which is strongest over here is the Jarkiholi family, which very conveniently divides its loyalty between the BJP and the Congress. Operation Kamala famously brought into the BJP camp, which Umesh Jarkiholi. Ramesh Jarkiholi. One gets very confused because one is an MLC, one is in the Congress, two are in the BJP. Very difficult to remember, but they have a sizable presence here. So you've got the Jarkiholis, you've got Kattis, all these families, male, female, they are equally divided.
Husband and wife from neighboring
Husband and
constituencies.
wife, yeah. So you've got all of that happening in Bombay, Karnataka. Coastal region is perhaps the one which is most stable in its loyalty to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Strong RSS presence over here. You've got Saraswat Brahmins as well over here.
Yes. Bunts, Mogaviras, and Gaudas also in a sprinkling.
So very famous.
Hindutva Laboratory.
Hindutva Laboratory. Famously known as
and
the
1940s onwards, RSS shakas goes on.
And interesting anecdote, also the area from many stars, you know, the Shetties, Shilpa Shetty, Sunil Shetty, Aishwarya Rai.
All of them.
They have their inheritance and their looks from this area. So very good looking people over there. Central region. Now this is interesting because this is the Lingayat belt. This is the area which has the area of influence of Mr. Yedurappa. Shivamoga is here. Shikaripura, where his son is contesting, is also over here. It has many famous Lingayat mutts, including one where Rahul Gandhi had gone to and apparently got inducted into the Lingayat sect.
Yeah,
is he still a Lingayat?
No.
Can you stop being Lingayat?
He is, what is he, depending upon where he goes.
So, you're Lingayat one day and like you're now...
Yes. You can have a Janeo. You can't have it.
Okay, all right.
And of course, the mining belt here.
The mining belt.
The mining belt actually borders with Hyderabad, Karnataka and the Madhya Karnataka.
Yeah, so this is where you've got that famous region, the Bellary brothers that you've heard of. Here, this is that belt. And then you have Mysore, Karnataka, very famously known as the bastion of the JDS and the Gowda family. All of them, son, grandson, grandfather, mother, all of them have contested.
Wife was denied the ticket.
Huh?
Revanna's wife was denied the ticket. Bhavani was denied the ticket.
Yeah, H.D. Revanna is also contesting. So all of them are contesting here, but largely the Gowda family bastion. And finally, you've got the Bangalore region. We call it this because you've got 28 seats in urban Bangalore. The one district, by the way, which has the largest number of seats, that is Bangalore. One district, 28 seats. The second, I think, is Belgaum.
Belgavi, 19 seats.
Belgavi.
18 seats.
18 seats. So 18 seats. So Belgavi is the second highest number of seats. So this gives you an idea of what the different regions are like, how each region votes and how they are made up. Now let's show you this year what the Times Now ETG exit poll predictions are for each region and how they compare to last time, now that you have understood each one of these regions. First off the hook is Bombay, Karnataka. First off the block is Bombay, Karnataka, which is the one bordering with Maharashtra. In 2018, the BJP had 30. This time around, the ETG projection is giving it 23. Congress gaining almost 10 seats here. JDS also going down. So the one winner over here, or the one projected winner over here, is the Congress. The next area that we are going to look at is Hyderabad, Karnataka. Now, in this place, also known as Kalyan, Karnataka, the BJP has gone down by 5 seats. The Congress from 21 has gone up to 29. Sizable number of Muslims and Dalits backwards. All of them come from this area. Even the JDS has gone down. So you've seen so far 2 regions, both of those regions, BJP going down, JDS negligible, and Congress making gains. The third place that we are looking at is coastal, the only one giving BJP some reason to cheer, because as opposed to last time, they have maintained status quo, 16-3, 16-3, BJP and Congress. The next one is Central Karnataka. Now, Central Karnataka, the one we spoke about, Mr. Yedurappa, and even here the BJP is facing some reverses. The Congress, again, the gainer over here, 21-17. That's 2018 versus this year's projections. And the Congress gaining directly what the BJP is losing. Moving on from here to Bengaluru region, Greater Bengaluru as we call it. Here you've got from 11 the BJP going up to 13, some reason to cheer again, and the Congress maintaining. So the losses have been to the JDS. Anyway, had a negligible presence, had 2 seats in the Bengaluru region. They have lost that.
And one had defected to BJP and had won already.
Mahalakshmi.
Yeah,
So-
Mahalakshmi.
All right.
Yeah.
So here is what has been added: 2 seats added to the BJP over last year's tally in Greater Bengaluru. And finally, we are taking a look at the old Mysore region, which is the Gowda belt, the HD Kumaraswamy belt, the HD Devagowda belt, where the BJP was really pinning its hopes. Remember, we had discussed that the number of rallies the Prime Minister has done, they started their campaign from here, they fielded everyone from Amit Shah, JP Nadda, Yogi Adityanath, Prime Minister, everyone was in Greater Mysore region, but old Mysore, pardon me, from 11 seats in 2018, the projected seats of the BJP are 8, and it is here that the Congress is making maximum gains. From 19, they're going up to 30. Even the JDS has come down in their bastion. So the only winner in all of these regions, barring coastal Karnataka and Bengaluru, is the Congress. Let's go straight across.
One second, Padmaja. If this number is true, I don't believe that this number is true.
Okay.
If this number is true, then Congress is not a single largest party.
It is
they are
full majority.
forming the government.
Many people are saying that.
If this is the number, I don't believe in this number.
Then it's a
Reasons are
wave.
there.
Then everything that we said about it being a waveless election was rubbish.
No, it's all rubbish.
Then it's a
all
wave.
rubbish.
Then it's a Congress wave. Mr. K. Sudhakar, Minister in the Karnataka cabinet, joining us now. Mr. Sudhakar, what do you make of this Congress wave from the look of it?
I really would not like to believe this kind of exit poll for a simple reason that in Kalyan, Karnataka, the numbers you have shown for BJP is far from truth. Similarly, in Kittur, Karnataka or Mumbai, Karnataka, because we know that in Kalburgi, that is in Kalyan, Karnataka, we have improved a lot politically. And what the numbers were shown, like 6 or 7 seats, it is really very hard to believe. And the exit polls that was, seen, produced during 2018, I still remember, they had predicted about 79 seats for BJP and 107 seats for Congress. But it was exactly the opposite when the results were out. The BJP took 108 seats and the Congress were only 80 seats. So again, I am reiterating, Bangalore, we are improving our number. Kalyan, Karnataka, we are improving immensely. And similarly, the Kittur, Karnataka, we have good numbers. And
Let me just ask you one thing, sir. Our projection is giving 9 to 11 seats to the BJP in Kalyan, Karnataka or Hyderabad, Karnataka. How much do you say your projection is?
No, easily we will be reaching 20 seats there.
20 seats? You mean that you will better your performance from last time? Last time you were 15 in Hyderabad, Karnataka. This time you get 20.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why I'm asking specifically. Because Mr. Kharge has said.
By constituency, I can mention what are the seats we are winning.
Okay, what are the seats you think you are getting? Because even Mr. Kharge has listed the seats which he thinks Congress is going to sweep in Hyderabad, Karnataka.
No, they can't sweep. In Bidar alone, we are winning 3 seats. In Kalburgi, we will be winning again 4 seats. Ballari, we are winning 2 seats. Raichur, we are winning 3 seats. So we are close to 20 seats we will be winning from Kalyan, Karnataka alone. Yadgir, we have a couple of seats. So
in Kalyan, Karnataka, one of the factors was when you did away with the Muslim reservation and gave it to the Vokkaligas and Lingayats, the Banjaras were very unhappy. You think that's going to have an adverse effect? And Banjara community has a sizable presence in Hyderabad, Karnataka.
Because I was also part of the cabinet subcommittee where we have proposed this reservation which was lying for decades, but we have taken the full confidence of the Banjara community while doing it, because in the cabinet subcommittee we had the minister who belonged to the Banjara community, who hails from Bidar district. Similarly, we had ministers belonging to the right section, the left section, and we had a law minister in the committee. We have considered all the relevant facts of both the reports that we had, and we have given justice even after consultation of the muds of the respective communities.
Okay.
So I don't think so that there is any kind of discord with the kind of our reservation that we have done.
So let me now very specifically ask you, sir, since you have given a figure for Hyderabad, Karnataka of 20, let me go region by region. Coastal Karnataka, we are giving you 15 to 17. Do you agree with that figure?
No, we are improving in coastal by at least 1 or 2 seats.
Okay, so you're saying you will get 18 out of 19. What about Central Karnataka? We are giving you 16 to 18. How many do you think you will get?
Yeah, I agree with that.
16 to 18, you agree in Central Karnataka, which means that you are going down. Last time you were at 21, you will go down slightly.
We agree in Central Karnataka.
Okay, you are going down in Central Karnataka. What about Bengaluru? Bengaluru, there's some reason to cheer. You are going up by about 3 seats. You agree with that?
Minimum, we will be getting 14 seats. 14, the best case scenario will be 16.
Minimum, we are also giving you an upper limit of 14. All right, so you agree with us there. What about Bombay, Karnataka? We are giving you 21 to 25. What is your assessment?
No, we will be better in that, madam, because in Mumbai, Karnataka, Haveri alone, out of the 5 seats, we are winning in the 4 seats. Out of the 6, we are winning in the 5 seats. Similarly, Belgaum, out of 18, we are winning about 12. In Bagalkot, we are winning 3 seats. In Bijapur, we are again winning in 3 or 4 seats. And Gadag, we are winning 2 to 3 seats. So mostly we are winning over 24 to 25 seats.
Okay. And what about finally the old Mysore region?
Old Mysore region, we are definitely improving our seats in Hassan, Mandya. We will be opening the account in Mandya.
So we're giving you about 9 seats. What is your figure for old Mysore?
No, minimum between 12 to 15 seats is what we are expecting, apart from the Bangalore, the greater Bangalore.
All right. I think our analysts here have a couple of...
I think Mr. Sudhakar has been on the dot. On dot. I don't think, he has exaggerated. He has not talked like a politician.
And he's come prepared.
Yes.
He's giving an upper limit. He's giving a lower limit.
He's absolutely prepared.
Okay, so I think it's pretty clear that everyone has sat down with all of their sheets and done a little bit of back of the envelope calculation. So this is your internal assessment, what you must have discussed over the last 4 hours. We will hold you to this, Mr. Sudhakar. Let's see who is correct, you or our projections of the Times Now ETG poll. We'll see you on the 13th and we'll compare notes then. Thanks very much for joining us. But as far as things stand right now, what are the stories that we take away from these numbers? Mr. Sudhakar says that he'll be 20% more. But as of now, the story is that there is no significant damage to the BJP in Lingayat seats. Yes, in Central Karnataka, they are going down, but not as dramatically as one would have expected. So
this was expected, Balmaja.
Yeah.
In fact, if you ask me, your numbers as far as Madhya Karnataka is concerned, if you can pull it up again, I would say it is not, there is no exaggeration. It's absolutely on dot. But what I am really concerned about is, if Lingayats vote have not migrated to Congress in a significant manner, BJP cannot lose so much in Kittur or Bombay, Karnataka, which is what is coming about. If either one of the two must have happened.
So you're basically saying one of the two things is wrong.
Yes.
Either our numbers for Kalyan Karnataka and Central Karnataka are wrong, or there has been major vote.
I'm saying in Kittur, Karnataka.
Okay,
I agree with your Kalyan Karnataka numbers closely. Maybe 1 or 2 I would give more.
Okay.
In Kittur, Karnataka, if the numbers are right, then Lingayats have shifted away to Congress, which is not believable.
which is not believable.
Yeah.
Because then the same thing would be seen in central Karnataka.
Yes.
That just basically means that Mr. Yedurappa does not have a hold on his flock.
Exactly.
Then they would have lost all of those seats.
No, not only that, in Kittur, Karnataka, they've got powerful families with them. Jolles, Kattis, Jarkiolis, Srimant Patil. I mean, they have got candidates who are like rock solid. So that number is a little unbelievable.
Okay, so two regions which our own analysts are disagreeing with is Bombay Karnataka or Kittur Karnataka and Central Karnataka. Second takeaway is that the BJP has grown in Bengaluru, and this one can assume is because of the outcome of how much the Prime Minister pushed. Like those 2 days were quite something.
There is not only that, even in Bengaluru, the candidates they got after Operation Kamala were strong candidates. Mahalakshmi Layout, Gopalayya, he won with a very thumping margin again in the
Yelanka,
KR Puram.
Yes, all these are very solid
candidates. Are strong candidates. And Jayanagar was lost by a faux pas. It is actually a BJP stronghold. So even if you just sit and enumerate the seats, Bangalore, an addition of 3 or 4 does not look unrealistic.
And one more important thing is, in Bangalore, there are several Congress MLAs who are 3-time MLAs. Take Ramalinga Reddy, take Nalapad Harris, take a George. You know, all these are 3-time MLAs.
In fact, some places I was reading, Nalapad Harris himself is on a shaky wicket in Shantinagar.
So, and Mr. Narendra Modi, I believe in one thing. Mr. Narendra Modi.
So you're saying that these Congress MLAs who are 3-time may have anti-incumbency?
Will have anti-incumbency, but we'll have to see how many of them go down. Like Ramalinga Reddy had to manage for himself and his daughter.
And his daughter, Sonia Reddy.
So that's one. Another thing, Annamalai and Tejasvi Surya made a big issue out of the things and went to the police station on Monday. So there is an element of anti-incumbency.
The other really interesting thing also in Bengaluru is that there's a very large Tamil population.
Yes.
And that also having Annamalai as one of the state in charges would have made a dent. I mean, imagine, for example, in Shantinagar only, I was reading, almost 50%, 40 to 50% of the voters, the highest number of voters are of Tamil-speaking population.
Shantinagar, CV Raman Nagar and Sarvagna Nagar. All three.
And Pulikesh Nagar also, but Pulikesh Nagar is a very difficult one for BJP.
All right. Now, the fourth thing, Congress is gaining in Hyderabad, Karnataka, which of course the minister did not agree with. And it's going to be a boost significantly for Mr. Kharge. I mean, he will have quite some standing. He will say, look, more than the old Mysore region where you've got both of your CM aspirants coming from, I have helped you gain in my bastion. Congress has also gained in Mumbai, Karnataka, and the Congress has made the massive gains in old Mysore region, and all of this has happened at the cost of the JDS. So let's open this up to our panel. You heard the initial comments of our analysts, both Jai Mrug and JVC Shriram here with me. Let me also get in Sanjay Jha, Sanju Verma and Syed Aslam Pasha, author, national spokesperson of the BJP and spokesperson of the JDS respectively. Sanju Verma, I'll come to you first. Humor me, and this is what I say to anyone who is on the losing side in our exit poll / opinion poll. Humor me and say, let's assume that these figures are right. What went wrong? There must have been an analysis in the last 5 hours. What is shaky? What went wrong?
Padmaja, I would love to humor you, but I have this to say that if you notice, I was just listening to Mr. Sudhakar. He did not disagree with your projections in Bombay, Karnataka and in Hyderabad, Karnataka. But where he disagreed was the massive jump that you've given to the Congress. In Bombay, Karnataka, you said from 17 they will go up to 27. And in Hyderabad, Karnataka, you say the Congress will jump from 21 to 29. And I think that is where, Bombay, Karnataka and Hyderabad, Karnataka, while BJP is holding on or maybe seeing a marginal fall, you are giving a sort of a wave result to the Congress party. And that is where Mr. Sudhakar, who is himself a very strong Vokaliga leader and the health minister and, has a great pulse of the state. So I think, the BJP may have marginally seen a decline in Bombay and Hyderabad, Karnataka, but that does not translate into a massive wave for the Congress in these two regions. That is my point number one. Point number two, where very humbly I, beg to disagree, is old Mysore, where out of 64 seats, you've actually given the BJP only 8 seats. And you are actually giving the Congress 30 seats. Yeah. And what I find very interesting is that while you have said that the JDS will see a fall from 29 to 22, you're not completely writing off the JDS, you're basically writing off the BJP. And I think this is where, with no offense to none, your pollsters have got it completely wrong, because my particular feel is that it will be the old Mysore region which will spring a nasty surprise for the Congress, a positive surprise for the BJP, and this is where the pollsters have got it completely wrong. And the reason why I say this is not because, you know, as you said, Amit Shah or JP Nadda or Modi ji visited the Mandya region and, you know, that entire JDS belt of Hassan, Chikaballapur, Channapatna, etc. But I personally believe that how can you say that the Congress will get a majority? And in the same vein, you are also saying, when I say you, I mean the average number that pollsters have given. The average number they have given to the JDS is about 24 to 25 seats. If Congress is getting a majority, the JDS has to come down to 9 or 10 seats. The JDS getting 24 to 25 seats, and in the same breath, you saying Congress getting a majority is just not happening. It's an oxymoron.
Okay, fine. So some things you say are not adding up. Even Mr. Sudhakar said that. So let me frame the question differently. Sanjay Jha, right now 113 is what the Congress is getting. Is this making the Congress happy or uncomfortable? Because this also means that 5 people decide to go and spend the weekend in a resort and things will go south from there.
Padmaja, in simple terms, we will discuss the granular detail on Saturday. I'm not going to rush into that territory now. But in simple terms, this is a vote against the government. It's an anti-incumbency vote. The loss of the BJP is definitely an advantage of the Congress. And obviously, the people of Karnataka would like to see stability. And therefore, I think they have also, seen the Congress campaign, this choice of candidates, and the way the Congress, I think, has, in my opinion, played a role of a true umbrella party. It has to appeal to all sections of Karnataka. Remember that unlike the BJP and the JDS, which have got predominance in certain parts of Karnataka, the Congress is spread all over Karnataka. So
actually, even JVC agreed with you that if these numbers were to hold up, this is a wave election.
Yes, certainly. If this,
but did you see a wave when you were there?
But I'm not able to see it.
You travelled across the entire
Old Mysore region, I have travelled, and I can tell you these are not the numbers. Now, the numbers which I would...
How are you so sure it's not a wave?
See, because Mandya is the bastion of JDS, and people are not voting against BJP. People are voting against JDS.
Yes.
So, they go and ask, whom are you voting for? They are saying at Mandya, BJP. At Srirangapatna, it is Congress. If I go to Malavalli, it is Congress. At Maddur, because JDS starts with 63%. So they are unable to vote out the JDS. So we are looking at Hassan.
So tell me, okay, fine. Chalo, this is old Mysore region. Let's take a look at Kalyan Karnataka. Kalyan Karnataka, is there a wave of the kind that our numbers are showing?
Your numbers, let's just have a look at the numbers once again. At Kalyan Karnataka, 15.
29.
29. I would not agree with this.
Why?
Because at Chittapur itself,
which is Priyank Kharge's seat.
Yes, in all probability, he is losing.
Why?
Why is he losing? He won by a margin of 4,000 and odd votes in 2018. It was not something he swept. And what has he done to the constituency? That's the question. And
maybe they really angry with the BJP.
That is where Shri Narendra Modi had come and campaigned. That is not just now. He started in January. I think documents. He gave it to the SP community. So there was a concreted attempt by the BJP, including the Prime Minister, to focus on Kalyana Karnataka because traditionally this is a weak region.
No, not only that, the BJP's past organic growth. Let me take 2 seats again in Kalyan Karnataka. Bhalki, which they could not win last time. They put up a good fight now. Let us take Afzalpur. Last time Malkaiya Guttedar lost. This time his brother is apparently on a sound footing, Subhash Guttedar. So, if you go constituency by constituency, the BJP does not seem to be doing as poor as
Answer this, Sanjay Jha, that there is no apparent wave that the numbers are showing. Here are people who have travelled on the ground, by the way. They are saying, yes, numbers might be showing a wave for you, but they did not see it anywhere.
Padmaja, I have some data service in front of me. I don't want to conflict it with what is being presented on your screen. But look at the 2 larger strains of the narrative. Number 1, And this is fundamental. People keep talking about Narendra Modi, etc. But let me tell you the single factor that is going to the Congress's advantage. The people of Karnataka know that end of day, the choice was between Mr. Bommai and Mr. Siddaramaiah. And between DK Shivakumar, Siddaramaiah and the others, and don't forget Mr. Kharge, the Congress has formidable regional leaders there. And the BJP actually told Mr. Bommai to go into hiding and try to promote Mr. Nadda and Mr. Modi.
All the time we keep saying that people are voting for a face. Mr. Modi can give all the job cards, he can give all the Kisan Samman Nidhi, he can give you all the Arogya card, whatever. But the fact is Mr. Bommai is going to be there and he doesn't inspire confidence.
No, I think it's quite much the different. What we have seen after 2014. Let's just take the case of the Lok Sabha polls also.
Okay.
Till 2014.
But is it fair to... I don't quite agree with this comparison of Lok Sabha.
No,
Lok Sabha, people are voting for a prime minister. Assembly, they are not voting for a prime minister.
Let me try and just complete the context. After 2014, even where the BJP has lost in an assembly poll, its defeats have been pretty narrow. Madhya Pradesh, 114 to 109. And they were half percentage point more than the Congress. Yeah, we're now talking of a assembly election. But in the background of Mr. Modi being there in the background, right? Rajasthan, they lost 0.3% behind the Congress in vote share.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the fact that whether there be a regional leader or not, the fact that Mr. Modi is in the background does clear up the pitch for the other party.
Okay, very quickly respond because we're talking about the...
One point. Uttarakhand, we have seen 3 chief ministers being changed.
And
but still they made it.
And the chief minister lost.
Chief minister lost. So
but they won
the argument falls right on the flat.
That's a good example. Quick rebuttal, Sanju Verma, then I really must go on to our 22 seats because I really think people want to get to know the seats and the JDS needs to react to that. Quick rebuttal, Sanju Verma.
Thank you. Okay. Padmaja, very quickly, may I just thank you. Padmaja, I have said this umpteen times on your show that the Congress is great at winning vote share, but it is not good at converting vote share into winnable votes. Please, just in 20 seconds, when they won in 2013, that was a majority, they got 122 seats, they had a vote share of 36.6%. Come 2018, the Congress number of seats fell from 122 to 8080, despite the fact that their vote share had risen from 36.6 to 38.14%. So if I use the same conversion ratio, I give them the benefit of the same conversion ratio. I did arithmetic. With a 43% vote share this time, the Congress will only get 91 seats.
Okay, so I do not want to get into a I don't want to get into a very academic discussion because I have to admit I am terrible at math. So I don't even want to get into this. Now, very quickly to the very interesting part, 22 seats. Who we are predicting as the winner and why. Let's get started. All right, seat number 1 is Varuna. Varuna, the VIP candidate is Siddaramaiah, even though Mr. Somanna is quite a challenge. Tell us why this is a huge challenge, but we are projecting that Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to win
I think, even if he makes it, he will be making it like how we made it in Badami, a little margin. Because 60,000 Lingayats are there, 55,000 Dalits are there, and JDS put a Dalit candidate. So who asked JDS to put a Dalit candidate?
And he is a very strong Lingayat candidate.
Strong Lingayat candidate.
And he's been, what, a 3-time, 4-time MLA himself, right?
Exactly. And he came from Congress. In 2008, he came from Congress and became an housing minister. He's a powerful leader. He had been groomed to beat Mr. Siddaramaiah.
And he's been a former film star.
I don't know that.
He's had some film industry, something. I was like, whoa, okay.
Maybe. And more importantly, because of the pressure at Varuna, Mr. Siddaramaiah was not able to campaign freely across the state.
Okay.
And number 1. Number 2, that is the reason why he wanted a second seat.
Which is funny because despite that, we are showing that they are making huge gains in old Mysuru region. Congress is making huge gains.
That is where I am unable to...
I am not liking the outcome of this discussion. Somehow we are ending up negating our own exit poll only. Anyhow, let's go seat by seat.
It can be like Bihar. Bihar was very tough to predict. Everybody predicted that in Bihar, RJD and Congress will form the government. Okay. But the reverse happened. So it's a tough election.
Not only this, important factor is Mr. Yediyurappa's son, Yatindra. He has also been putting a lot of effort. He's almost focused and concentrated in this constituency. So it could actually be a tough fight. But given the sort of sentiment, maybe Siddharamaiah just makes
last
it. I agree with
election.
him.
Okay, and he said that this is going to be my last election.
2013 is me saying the same thing.
Okay, next, Hubli Dharwad Central, lot of focus on it for the obvious reason. Jagdish Shettar, he defected. It was said that the Lingayat vote is en masse going to move away from him. But Amit Shah personally gave responsibility to B.S. Yediyurappa, make this man lose, and he might just lose. Who's the man who could make him lose, possibly?
Magesh is the guy. Magesh is the guy, and whatever.
And he apparently is a protege of Jagdish Shettar.
Yes, because Jagdish Shettar's father was a Jansang MLA in Karnataka. Can you believe he was born, brought up with the breadth of Jansang and RSS, and now he is going to sit in Congress and say Sonia Gandhi Zindabad.
And that's why Mr. Owaisi said that you're talking about banning Bajrang Dal, but you are receiving, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is receiving a third generation Jansang leader like Jagdish Shettar.
And this is also finally the shadow fight between Mr. B.L. Santosh and Mr. Yediyurappa. You have to remember that. So it's, I mean, it's like a holy ka nariyal.
Tell us more about this fight.
Later.
All right.
The same thing is applicable in Varuna also.
Okay. Shiggaon, the third seat we're talking about, Mr. Bommai. Very soft-spoken, but apparently quite a strategist himself. Who are the people up against him? Important to note that here you have a Muslim candidate put up by the Congress, because the Chief Minister of Karnataka, who comes from the BJP, is actually from a seat which has a very sizable Muslim population.
Yes,
Muslim population.
Yes. But you remember one thing, he held the seat Shiggaon even when he was a part of JDU. Remember, he is not a pure Jansangi and had won this way back in 2004 and 2008. So in a way, for him, it's retaining a family bastion. He inherits from his father.
But I would like to say that Mr. Bommai has got a bigger job to do. Because what BJP must have told him is, you got to bring the coattail effect into it. It's not about you winning here. You have to sweep Haveri. And that is the reason. If he doesn't sweep Haveri, chances of him coming back as CM will be very difficult.
Interesting. How many seats in Haveri? Five seats. And it looks like the BJP is comfortable.
Four should be, they should be able to make it.
All right. Next, Kanakpura, because here it is DK Shivakumar. He has led massive rallies. He said that, I don't really need to campaign much. This is a...
I'm sorry to say, even Mr. Narendra Modi stands against him in this constituency, he will win.
It is so interesting you say that, because this constituency falls in the Lok Sabha constituency of his brother DK Suresh. In 2019 election, I had actually gone to, I was traveling across Karnataka, and in Bengaluru rural, I traveled on a BMTC bus across from Bengaluru to rural areas, and there were people there who said, oh, we want Modi as PM. But MP is DK Suresh. I was like, but if you make DK Suresh MP, maybe Modi will. That is okay. Modi will become PM, but DK Suresh.
That's the whole.
DK Suresh comes to our weddings. DK Suresh comes for school education. DK Suresh is everything.
But he delivers. See, all that image of him being corrupt and everything is there. But in the constituency, he has delivered. Water, affordable water. At 5 rupees, you can, he has installed those water filters. And it's a treat to watch.
But it doesn't matter that, even the BJP put up a minister against him.
Because he was, see, if he had been given only this constituency.
He went to Padmanabha Nagar.
Yeah, he's got a backup. So when a backup option is available, he's just going
soft. So you think
here.
voters thought he's not really serious? Okay, interesting. Okay, so you've got DK Shivakumar. We are showing him as a very clear leader. Another funny thing is that somebody I was speaking to said there are two things which have increased for DK Shivakumar in each election. His assets and his margin. So every election his margin goes up and his assets go up by several thousand crores. Next, Ramnagara. Ramnagara is Nikhil Kumaraswamy, another film star. Karnataka increasingly starts reminding you of Tamil Nadu. The number of film star sons, politicians' sons who are film stars. And now suddenly they've made it about regional pride, Kannada versus Hindi.
There's a little bit of a reciprocal logic. In Tamil Nadu, they become film stars first and then politicians. Here they become politicians' children first and then they become film stars.
Well, either way, very glamorous.
He should be comfortably through because his mother has been campaigning. But he is going to be through. At what cost? At whose cost? Let's see.
What do you mean by whose cost?
Ramnagara, you cross Ramnagara and then you go to
Chennapatna.
So Chennapatna is coming, right?
Yes, Chennapatna is next. Chennapatna is where his father is contesting. HD Kumaraswamy is here against CP Yogeshwara. Again, a very, very strong candidate. From the BJP, here is a man who's got substantial assets, he's a strong man, and yet Kumaraswamy is leading over here.
His lead, I believe he will not be leading by 21,000 votes, which he won in the last election. It is shrunk. It could be a few thousand. And there can be a possibility of an upset.
But why are you saying it's difficult for him? Because this has got Vokalega 50%.
Right.
Then you've got Muslims also over here. This is like a recipe of success for...
See, but there is an anti-incumbency against Kumar Anna. The fact of the matter is he has not delivered what he had promised.
Sayyid
There is
Aslam
a huge
Pasha,
hope.
Sayyid Aslam
There is a huge
Pasha,
hope.
you may scrape through, but in these two seats itself, Ramnagara, Channapatna, anti-incumbency.
Well, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Padmaja, thank you so much. I've been patiently waiting for the last 35 minutes. Thank
Sorry
you for
about that. We just wanted to keep it
We're
about
still
the
in the
data.
fray.
Sorry.
We're not ruled out. Padmaja.
Sir, for all you know, on May 13,
Padmaja,
everyone will be
about
coming to you
59
first, sir.
seats in the-
With your 2028 seats,
Yeah.
everyone will
Well,
be like,
absolutely.
hello, Mr. Pasha, you are
Absolutely.
speaker number
Well-
one. With 28, 40 seats, you become
Absolutely.
chief
So,
minister.
you know what?
The
I'll
best
tell you.
model.
You know what? Their happiness and excitement might be short-lived. Let's wait for 13th to come in. So out of the 59 seats which we've got in old Mysore region, Padmaja, we've got about 29 seats the last time. After we've got about 18% vote share. Now after this Pancharatna Yatra, where we focused on health, development, women empowerment, youth empowerment, irrigational projects and agriculture, right? And of course the health and education as well. There were masses who had come out with us, right? Kumaraswamy traveled 224 constituencies. I also joined him for about 100 constituencies. Let me tell you, there were lakhs of people who joined us together, and
That
of
is
course,
fine, sir,
we would
but,
not say that.
But with
we
the
will
greatest
hold
of
on to
respect,
80%, we
while
would
the JDS is not being totally wiped out, you are going down considerably to benefit the Congress. Let's assume the BJP is going to be wrapped up at about 80. But look at how much the Congress is eating into you.
Okay. No, I'm telling you what. So in the old Mysore region, BJP is a non-entity because our fight was directly with the Congress. And if you
Maybe.
see, last time
But
we've got
still,
29
you are
seats,
getting
and
reduced,
of course
sir.
we will increase the tally. We will increase the tally.
You will increase the tally.
We would definitely not get reduced. Like I said, the old Mysore region, people of old Mysore region, the Okkaligas and the Muslims definitely want Kumaraswamy as the chief minister. En masse, the Okkaligas, Muslims and the OBCs and the SCs
Which is
have
funny
voted,
because Anita Kumaraswamy lost from here.
As a chief minister,
Okay,
and
very
we will
quickly.
rout.
No, but very
we will
quickly,
rout.
Jay wants to counter
we
that,
will
Sanju
rout,
Mr. Pasha, the
Ramnagar,
MLC
we will
elections
rout
you
Ramnagar,
lost,
Chenapatna.
the bypolls
Yes.
you lost, even bypolls like Sira caused by death of a candidate, not by Operation Kamla, you lost. Where does your confidence
you
come
what.
from?
Yes, sir. I will answer that in a very simple logic. I will answer that in a very simple logic. BJP had routed 25 MPs from Karnataka. This time they are at the verge of losing. So that doesn't answer. That was a different election. The elected
that wasn't
numbers.
the question.
No, but there's a consistent
MLCs
decline
here.
across bypolls,
Karnataka,
MLC polls.
Kannadigas
There's
will
a
elect here.
decline.
Secular decline.
Yeah.
We would only see. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. If we see, Okkaligas had voted us, given us a vote share of 54% last time, and this time the Okkaligas, Muslims, the OBCs and the SCs want Kumaraswamy as the chief minister. The vote share of the Okkaligas and the Muslims would definitely increase.
Okay, if they want you as chief minister, just a second, Sanju Verma, coming to you. If they want you as chief minister, I'm just doing a back of the envelope calculation. 106 poll of polls for Congress, 22 for the JDS. The only natural corollary is that 106 plus 22 is 128. Are you eventually going to walk in that door? Because BJP has said very clearly, we will not welcome them. There's nothing there. Sayyid Aslam Pasha, is that even a conversation right now? Has it started?
No. So Padmaja, like I said, we have fought these elections maintaining equidistance from both the national parties. Only on 13th we would know what will be our tally, and we will take it forward from there.
Of course, Sanju Verma, respond, because I really want to go to the next few seats. They're exciting.
When
Sanju Verma,
BJP
quick
fought
30
the
seconds.
election,
Please. Quick 30 seconds.
Okay, please, Mr. Pasha, I heard you.
Everything is equidistant until the time that you need to form government. Then between those equidistant points, suddenly a triangle is formed. But anyway, go on.
Thank you. Padmaja, I have been listening to your analysis, and I just fail to understand why is nobody giving credit to BJP for the fact that today in Karnataka there are 55 Vokaliga dominated seats, which I'm sure your pollsters will agree with. And in 2018, we really did not have too many Vocaliga leaders. But over the last 4.5, 5 years, we've cultivated, K. Sudhakar, who's the health minister. We've cultivated leaders like C. Aswath Narayan from Malleshwaram. He's the Minister for Science, Education, Entrepreneurship, Technology, what have you. Then we have R. Ashoka, who's the Minister for Revenue from Padmanabhanagar. So the fact is, from being almost nothing to having tall leaders who are actually now pretty much in the larger scheme of things, Vocaliga leaders within BJP in their own right. I think that is something people have to give us credit for.
There's good Vocaliga leaders, but right now what is happening is there is a lot of investment which is going on youth. Like if I take the case of Srirangapatna's seat, a 32-year-old Vocaliga guy by name Sachidanand, he has been given the seat. So there is an enthusiasm amongst the youth. But they should have done this long time back. When they came to power in 2008, they must have concentrated. They are now probably 15 years, delayed, but they're investing.
That is the reason why in most rallies you'll have Prime Minister and Amit Shah saying, we got only 3 years. Those 3 years have been spent in, dredging up the muck, etc. Anyway, if people will buy it, I don't know, but I want to quickly go through the next few seats. Udupi. Let's see which way Udupi is going. Udupi, you had Yashpal Suvarna replacing Raghupati Bhatt, who's the current MLA. And he's leading.
Yeah, I think, the guy whom he replaced the Brahmin candidate, initially the guy had a resentment was there, but I think they reached out to him and within 2 days time he came out and said, I would be fully supporting Yashpal Suvarna.
And he's very dyed in the wool Bajrang Dal.
Yeah, very much. And he was actually the hijab controversy.
Absolutely. The campaigner there.
And the head of the school committee was Raghupati Bhatt, but he's been removed.
Absolutely. No, and this is a district where the loyalty to the ideology and the BJP is above the candidates.
So Chittapur, we're talking about Priyank Kharge's seat now, and here is the candidate versus Priyank Kharge, who had been in the news. Manikanta Rathod, very young guy, just 26 years old, was banished for 1 year from the constituency. The High Court eventually then, stayed that entire banishment. And despite that, Priyank Kharge is winning.
It's projected as he's leading, but I would still keep my fingers crossed. If I were to put my money, I would put my money on Manikanta Rathod, not just because of anything else, because in the last few days he has created sensation. Why? It's an young guy, 26-year-old. He has been
wrong reason.
That was a fake conversation. That's what the BJP is claiming. Actually, that has given eyeballs to Manikanta Rathod. The guy whom many people did not know. Here, the BJP's narrative is: look at us. We are making an investment on an SC guy, 26-year-old, no dynasty, and here is a dynasty.
But some BJP guys also resigned. 2 guys resigned from the BJP saying, we don't want to support him.
But even within the BJP, it's working on the social engineering strategy of different SC right candidates.
Right, left.
Yeah. So somehow numbers could just add up for him.
Yes.
Okay, Shikaripura, where you've got Mr. B.S. Yedurappa's son. I think this was a given. He's going to win. I mean, Shikaripura.
If something else happens, then it becomes a headline.
Okay, so Vijendra is winning.
Yes.
But what next? I think that's better we have that discussion on the 13th. Are there bigger things for B.Y. Vijendra lined up? Let's wait for the 13th. Badami. What about Badami? This was the seat earlier represented by Mr. Siddaramaiah, and here the Congress is leading. What do you make of this?
Yeah, see, this is a part of the Mumbai-Karnataka region. Last time, Mr. Siddaramaiah just scraped through by 2,000 odd votes.
1,500.
1,700. Yeah. So I'm not sure if this lead is still a very sure one.
But I have one question. Why was Sriramalu not contesting here? Like, say, they could have turned an Amethi. Like how Smriti Irani lost to Rahul Gandhi in 2014 and she came back.
But you have to realize Sriramalu needs to go back to Bellary because one of the Reddy brothers is not there. So he needs to, put the bulwark there.
Okay, very quickly I'm going to take last 5 seats, no discussion, just calling them. We've got next, we've already called this seat, we've called Shikaripura, we've called Badami. Let's quickly go to Mangalore and Athani. Who do we have in Mangalore? We've got the... This was a given. UT Khadar has to. Then Athani, much in the news because you got another Lingayat leader.
He lost just by 2,000 votes.
He lost in 2018, became the Deputy Chief Minister, and now he's sitting on Congress ticket, and he's winning.
Okay, Puttur again, coastal Karnataka, where the BJP is very strong, but the Congress is leading over here.
It's very surprising. I cannot believe this.
Okay.
I cannot believe this.
Could it be the rebel factor because you've got a very strong...
I don't think so.
No, I think Puttur is something different. See, the Asha Thimmappa, she's Asha Thimmappa Shivappa Gowda. Now, she was given the ticket because the outgoing MLA was changed, Sanjeev Matandur. He was also a Gowda. There was an expectation from local Hindutva candidates there that going beyond the caste factor, one of them would get a ticket. They are sore that a Gowda has only been replaced by a Gowda, and therefore there's a rebel over here, a Hindutva rebel. And that has queered the pitch, and the Congress has taken the lead.
But I still believe, at the end of the day, in this coastal Karnataka, when they go to the polling booth, when they see the lotus, they press it.
This is what,
as we said, the loyalty to the lotus there.
This is like what they say about Hubli Dharwad Center, that ultimately it's the symbol who is fighting the election, not the candidate. Be that as it may, Sanju Verma, both gentlemen, best of luck to all three of you. We'll meet again on May 13th, and maybe before that. This, I can safely say, is one of the most exciting. The best party will win, but it's great excitement for the rest of us. That's the only thing we get out of every election. Thanks very much.
Everybody should be watching on May 13th.
Everyone should be watching us 6 a.m. onwards. See you then.
Thank the pollsters for making it such a tight race.
All right, bye. Good night.
Good night.
The News Hour at 10. We'll be right back after the break.
गाइस, एमजी कॉमेट के इंटीरियर की कहानी अब हम आपको सुनाते हैं। फैन को करते हैं थोड़ा स्लो और शुरू करते हैं किससे। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले आपको बताएं कि इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए चाबी कहाँ गई भाई? चाबी मेरे पॉकेट में है। तो इसे स्टार्ट करने के लिए आपको कोई इंजन स्टार्ट स्टॉप बटन नहीं मिलेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि आप इस खूबसूरत सी क्यूट सी जो चाबी है उसका अनलॉक बटन दबाइए, इस कार में बैठिए, 2 बार ब्रेक पेडल को दबाइए और कार इज रेडी टू गो। तो एक ये इंटरेस्टिंग आपको एस्पेक्ट इसमें देखने को मिलेगा। इसके अलावा 10.25 इंच के आपको 2 स्क्रीन यहाँ देखने को मिल रहे हैं। इंटरेस्टिंग इंप्रेसिव चीज़ ये है कि यहाँ पे आपको जो लुक और फील है और जो फीचर्स है, एमजी की गाड़ियों में आपने फीचर्स वैसे भी काफ़ी जो लिस्ट रही है उससे लंबा ही देखा है उस लिस्ट को। यहाँ पे भी आपको उस हिसाब से ये लोडेड ही नज़र आएगी। एंड्रॉयड, एप्पल कारप्ले, ये सभी आपको, वायरलेस भी आपको इसमें ऑप्शन देखने को मिलेगा। और जो फील है, जो इसका रिस्पॉन्स, वो मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा इम्प्रेसिव सा लग रहा है। और जो डिस्प्ले है वो
Whether you're an aspiring influencer or just want to create memories using your mobile phone cameras, I am here to share some really amazing 10 mobile photography tips that can actually turn your ordinary photos into some really good Instagram-worthy photos. मतलब आपका photo game एकदम next level amazing होने वाला है after knowing all my tips. But before I share these tips with you, allow me to introduce myself. You're already watching Gadget Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and now it's time to count on the 10 amazing mobile photography tips that I have listed for you guys. Let's begin. So tip number 1, lock focus. So
वंशिका और मैं आज अनबॉक्स करने वाली हूँ ये वाला फोन। ये है टेक्नो फैंटम V फोल्ड। ये इंडिया का करंटली चीपेस्ट फोल्डेबल फोन है। चलिए अनबॉक्स करते हैं। We have this cool box here और I'm super excited to unbox it. And यहाँ पे दे हैव गिवन देयर टैगलाइन बियॉन्ड द एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी। देखते हैं इसके अंदर फोन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी है कि नहीं। हियर इज द फोन। इसके बारे में हम थोड़ा बाद में बात करेंगे। लेट्स सी व्हाट्स देयर फर्दर। वी गेट दिस पैकेट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग। वी हैव सिम इजेक्टर टूल हियर and we have some usual paperwork here, warranty cards and some user manual. We get the cover also. बहुत ही cool सा matte finish वाला इसका cover यहाँ पे available है। And then we have जिसमें हमारे पास charging cable available है, 45 watt का charger available है, and that's it. These were all the things that were available inside this box. I'm sweating guys, मतलब unbox करने के चक्कर में इस फोन को मेरे पसीने छूट रहे हैं, but I'm excited. So, and here is the phone guys. Look at this beast. इसका जो मेन स्क्रीन है वो 7.85 इंचेस का है। मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रीम करना चाहते हो, गेम खेलना चाहते हो, बढ़िया फ़ोन है आपके लिए। इसका जो सब स्क्रीन है वो 6.42 इंचेस का है। कटआउट पंच होल अवेलेबल है। इसमें 50 मेगापिक्सल्स का रेयर ट्रिपल कैमरा इसमें अवेलेबल है। इसका जो बैक पैनल है वो टेक्सचर्ड है, बहुत ही प्रीमियम फील है। इसका जो वेट है वो 2.99 ग्राम्स है, जिसमें मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा भारी लग रहा है, बट इट्स फाइन राइट। इसकी जो बैटरी है वो 5000 mAh की है, और इसकी कूल चीज़ ये है कि इसमें 2 बैटरीज हैं। मतलब 5000 mAh है, 2 स्क्रीन्स हैं, तो 2 जगह बैटरी अवेलेबल है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट व्हाट डू वी गेट इन दिस फोन? यूजुअल है, जो पावर बटन होता है, वॉल्यूम बटन होता है। इसका जो फ्रेम है बहुत ही क्लासी फ्रेम है। ये रोज गोल्ड कलर का है। इसमें 2 वेरिएंट अवेलेबल हैं, एक ब्लैक एंड द अदर वन इज वाइट। वी गॉट द वाइट वन क्योंकि वाइट वाला ज़्यादा प्रिटी लगता है। दैट्स माई ओपिनियन, बाकी इट्स सब्जेक्टिव। इसको ऑन करके देख लेते हैं एंड विल टॉक अबाउट द फोन फर्दर। इसमें एमोलेड डिस्प्ले अवेलेबल है। इसमें 120 हर्ट्ज का रिफ्रेश रेट अवेलेबल है। 12 GB का रैम अवेलेबल है। 256 GB का स्टोरेज है, जिसको आप एक्सटेंड भी करा सकते हो।
Do you love the air that you breathe? Well, I don't, because it has got lot of pollutants, harmful toxins, dust, pollen and whatnot. Well, to curb that situation, Xiaomi has come up with a new product which is called Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. Hi, you're watching Edge Times. This is me, Pavni Jain, and this is the product I'm talking about, the newly launched Xiaomi Air Purifier 4. कंपनी ने इसे हाल ही में लॉन्च किया है alongside Xiaomi Air Purifier 4 Lite, which is a toned down version of this device. पर आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे Air Purifier 4 की, जानेंगे इसके फिजिकल लुक्स के बारे में, all the buttons that it comes with and all the sensors or the qualities that this Air Purifier offers. This is the front side of the air purifier, जहां पर आपको मिलता है OLED डिस्प्ले। इसको जल्दी से पील ऑफ करते हैं इसका कवर। अब इसको ऑन कहां से करना है, लेट मी शो यू। दिस इज द बैक साइड ऑफ द एयर प्योरीफायर, और यहाँ पर जो आपको बटन दिखाई दे रहे हैं, दिस इज द फिजिकल बटन टू टर्न द डिस्प्ले ऑन एंड ऑफ। इस फिजिकल बटन के साइड में एक सेंसर दिया गया है विच इज टेम्परेचर एंड ह्यूमिडिटी सेंसर। वहीं पर जस्ट राइट बिलो इट यू विल गेट टू सी द लेजर पार्टिकल सेंसर। यहाँ पर इसको फिल्टर को अनकवर कर